is it?
Okay. It is. Look at us snowing.
It's snowing?
No, it's snowing in the video. I'm trying to.
Oh, hell yeah, it's snowing. What up? What up, what up, what up, what up? We are live.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
What's up, you guys?
We are the Normies. We're back for Talking Thrones.
I'm Mickey, as you know.
I'm Dameron.
I'm Rana.
I'm Spud.
And everyone else has COVID.
It's true. These are facts.
That's fact.
I know the group looks a little different today. I am a female. I am not a guy.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't
what's
even
the
see if you
password?
guys. I thought I'd wear, a wolf shirt, like it's a little.
What's the password?
It is Morningstar Alpha Man.
No, it's definitely not.
If you would have said anything else, I would have been like, who told her?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're wondering, no, I'm not Chris.
I'm just gonna point out these road mics to you guys. I think they're supposed to point that way, right?
Well, it's the green. It's the green
Oh,
dot.
never mind.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. This is why I'm not part of the club. I'm not part of the club, guys. Obviously.
Pull your. Well, you guys should be good if Spencer did it. Spencer's on it.
Spencer.
See, I'm not part of the club.
Right on, spot on, Spence.
My
But
goodness, it feels like
weird right now to be here
we've
with you
all
guys.
been here, where we've all been out of the office for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's just like coming back to Indy. Yeah, it was just.
Do you have post-vacation depression?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I realized. Well, we'll get into it, but I feel like legitimately I could live my life as a vagabond, just traveling from place to place.
I feel that.
I could live my life like a tumbleweed.
I feel that. I've always wanted to live my life out of like a van or a truck.
I could so do it. I would love to get one of those like conversion vans now, instead of like a whole RV. Like people just go, dude.
It's like a Sprinter.
There's one channel, Louis the Van. They're amazing. They started a whole bit. They made a conversion van and then they turned it into a business, all through quarantine. And
wow.
And now they just like make
Cool.
they make conversion vans for people, and their vans are like amazing, amazing.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Our previous assistant, amazing ex-coworker, unfortunately, Gabby, she and her husband are actually making a conversion like van or
And
RV.
they're gonna have a great time, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the movie Nomadland?
Not me.
It came out fairly recently. I think it was last year. Zoe Chow is the director, who also directed Eternals. Frances McDormand is the main character. It's kind of like a hybrid between a documentary and a fictional movie, because she herself plays a fictional character, but really what it is it's meant to be not like an expose, but it's meant to kind of highlight this part of American culture that's gone overlooked for a really long time.
Yeah.
Or not a really long time, but a long enough time where people are, they're essentially trading in their homes for caravans. They're making from Sprinters, from whatever, as you said, like crossover vehicles.
That's a lot for me.
I saw compounds in the desert of people living like that, and I was like, I wouldn't mind doing that for like maybe like a month out of the year.
Yeah.
I would
You
travel.
can't be homeless with a tent, technically, so.
Yeah, there you go. Amazon will deliver.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're trying to establish themselves as like almost a different class within the United States of people who are kind of rejecting the traditional real estate system and just saying, I can travel the entirety of the continental U.S. or North America.
Why not,
have
though?
more freedom, flexibility.
Yeah.
So there, the movie shows there's sacrifices that you make to have that kind of a lifestyle. But I find it all very fascinating.
I mean, you're kind of disconnected from the whole world in a way too if you do that.
I mean, I'll go camping. You can get a.
You'll go camping for
real?
real?
You can get a month out of me if we can.
All right, we're going camping.
If we get
dude.
some people really about it, like, we can go.
Yeah.
We're going camping.
I do it.
We're
Oh
doing-
man,
we're
like
going.
hunt a rabbit, skin it, kill it.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna,
okay, I'm not that intense into.
me and Mickey will do
I would. I want to.
I'm not
Okay,
eating- I'm not eating
I've
rabbit.
always been curious about hunting, but I don't think I could like do the part where you have to like gut it and stuff.
I
Like,
think I could.
all right, I'll shoot it. You,
Jesus.
We've done like fish at home. Like,
Yeah.
That's
I'll
fish.
shoot it. You gut it.
It's still animals.
That
like
is
and all
a
that jazz.
fish.
Yeah, but
That's
it's still a.
I don't know what the rabbit.
But all in all, LA was really fun. I know you didn't live out of a van or anything, but you did technically travel half the US.
So we were all supposed to fly there, and they know by now.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, half our members. We are the superior normies. We're stronger normies. We are.
We went to we went to LA to. I'm talking about the collab. We can just talk.
Oh,
about
I
that,
want to say,
right?
well, we had a collab, but
Can we talk about?
Yes.
But we can't say who.
I mean, no, they know. They're all no. On the
I feel like they
internet.
know, right?
Yes, on Instagram.
We went to go
on the
collab.
Instagram.
We went to go collab with RTTV in LA, and they were really cool. And they were actually gonna fly 4 of us out, and then the rest of us. Basically, everybody was supposed to fly out there, but then I made this impromptu trip last minute, so I drove from Indianapolis to LA, and I made some.
I've done that before. It's
I made
fun.
some stops along the way, and it's the best thing I've ever done. It was
It's
amazing.
amazing.
That's awesome.
It was so dope.
Did you get to Route 66 like we talked about?
I didn't do. I didn't do Route 66. Because okay, so by the time I got to Missouri, I remembered one of my friends lives in either Missouri or Arkansas, and it was Arkansas.
Completely different places.
Completely different, but like they're so close to each other, right? So he was like, I live in Arkansas, and then I looked it up, and I was like, okay, I'm about like 4.5 hours away from. Fuck it, I'll go. So
fuck it.
Yeah, so I was supposed to keep going this way, but when I got to Missouri, I made a detour into Arkansas. So stopped there, hung out with my friend for a little bit. His name is CJ. And he's a friend from a long time ago that we used to. He's actually friends with Surge. I met him through Surge. They used to play SOCOM together, but he was like legitimately
SOCOM.
Yeah,
Wow,
It was
that's a deep cut.
It's a throwback. So we met him through gaming, and we met him in person before. So anyways, I hung out with him, and then I went to Dallas because
Oh my
CJ from the channel.
Yeah? Went to Dallas?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
went to
Hell yeah,
Dallas.
that's awesome.
Did you have a Whataburger?
I did.
I saw that.
Actually, I had Whataburger and In-N-Out, and I'll give you my
Bro,
opinion.
it's In-N-Out, bro. Don't even
It's-
lie to me right now. I'm
I-
like standing right here.
No, I agree. It's definitely In-N-Out.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's
I'm
a-
not saying
it's
we're not
a-
gonna talk about this
it's,
right now. It's In-N-Out. Like we're not
Yeah,
gonna
they're
like
both fast food, but
They're
it's
both
definitely
equally
In-N-Out.
bad tasting.
But anyway, so I went to Arkansas and Dallas and saw two CJs back to back, and then I went to Phoenix. Where I saw System of a Down, which was fucking...
Seriously?
It was amazing.
I'm so jealous.
I saw System of a Down,
I'm
and I hung
fucking
out
so
with my
jealous.
friend David, and we spent the day in the desert, ate steaks at this like preserved town from like the 1800s. We went shooting in the desert. It was amazing.
That's cool.
Then I went to LA, and I got caught in a sandstorm in the middle, which was scary but dope. And like as soon as I got into LA, man, I really just wanted to play Grand Theft Auto 5 because it was like they did such a good job with that game. Like I was coming from the mountains, so like when the city just kind of pops up into view, you're like above it. It was amazing. And then we spent time in LA, so
California.
I'll let you take over runner for the LA portion.
Yeah. How
What-
was it?
Oh, LA was great. I mean, it was just. I mean, you guys all been. Have you been to LA yet?
Nope.
You need
First
to-
I've been west is Vegas. That's my
Vegas.
favorite.
You were so close, man. You've been to LA. You know.
I've been to LA.
Yeah, LA's wonderful. Good weather, good people, good vibes. I'm from California originally, but if you're ever out there, definitely recommend the what's it called? The Scum and Villainy Cantina. It's a Star Wars.
I wish I
sci-fi
would've done
theme.
that.
Yeah, sci-fi, Star Wars themed like.
The Scum and Villainy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's in the hive of Hollywood. You know what I mean? It's like really Star Warsy.
Neat.
And they had like a lot of just different sci-fi drinks, a lot of hidden stuff like Dobby from
Harry Potter.
Hogwarts. Oh my god! And they had like drinks named like Asgard's drink or Dumbledore or Black Widow, which is really
Okay.
cool. I recommend it.
Neat.
So it's not strictly. Oh, well, I guess 'cause
Not
they're owned
just
by
like
Disney
Star
now.
Wars. It's
Yeah.
all your favorite sci-fi like
That's
movies, like drinks,
Cool.
and like hidden like things.
An amalgam. A melting pot of
Literally.
pop
A
culture.
Melting pot of nerdery.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cornucopia of pop
100%
culture.
recommend.
Where was it? It was like
In Hollywood.
It was in
Yeah.
Hollywood. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah,
actually.
in Hollywood, you're walking over, seeing
Movies.
stars'
I'd have been tired
names
if it was
and
just in the
stuff.
hood.
You know what? I bet a lot of those I bet a lot of those props just make their way over from the studios.
Yeah.
People probably go drink when they get off set, and they probably just bring shit with them. They probably have so much stuff that was probably actually fabricated
100%.
by movie
And
studios.
Although now a lot of them go up on auction now because Blind Wave has a bunch of stuff.
Like I'm so
from-
jealous of their
from
Agents of Shield stuff you're watching.
So I'm like, we should, because like the Expanse is gone now. I'm like, hey man, look, can we get some
We
things
love
from
the
the
Expanse.
Expanse?
Oh, so they have
I'm gonna
actual
ask
props
on,
from the show. Blind Wave has actual props
Yeah,
from Agents
yeah,
of
they
Shield.
have
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
actual set props.
Nice.
Well, I
They
mean,
bought them.
yeah, they
oh, I
did.
see. Okay, that makes sense.
Because they go up on auction. Now, I feel like a lot.
yeah.
I
I know
know
what you're
they make
talking
a lot of their money back, man, and there's some really expensive stuff, but really cool to have it.
Man, I want to follow some of these auctions.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
crazy.
never thought about
Yeah.
it.
It's
I see them
crazy.
all the time on like Instagram. Like you got to look out for it when like around the series finale of a
Fucking
show.
Instagram.
Mickey, you are like the world's biggest Instagram
Oh,
like
yeah.
host.
I
Like,
probably
I don't like
Instagram.
every time like any news, any
feel a lot of cool stuff.
Instagram actually told me.
It's the place to be. Meta, dude. Meta. Keep it alive.
Oh my
Better keep it
god.
So,
but like,
Rana, you're a California native, right?
am.
Did you do anything this trip in LA that you'd never done before?
honestly, I just went to Pasadena because I've done a lot of LA stuff before. You can
Sure.
the Santa Monica Pier, Hollywood sign, BelAir, Rodeo
Mm-hmm.
Drive, the little side things, hole in the walls, Koreatown. I've done it all. So I was like, I just want to just chill.
Sure.
So everybody went out and did things. I wish I went out with everybody and did things because Mickey met somebody. I'm gonna let him tell you who.
Mickey got some buns.
Got bubs, bro.
Wait.
Yeah, you have to be Bubs.
And
Serge.
I
and
was
Serge
also
met-
thinking Tinder. I was like,
I was
did
too.
I meet somebody?
They
Was
said
I-
Buns.
Was I blackout drunk?
Clapping
No, okay.
cheeks?
Yeah,
No.
dude. So,
And then before you start, Serge also met Dr. Dre. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, Serge met Dr.
yeah,
Dre.
yeah.
This is a true
jealous.
story.
Since he's not here, I'll tell his
Thank you.
story on his behalf. But we had a couple of celebrity sightings, so I'll tell mine first. I met Andre Royo at a diner. I love diner food, and one of my favorite things to do on vacation is just go to places that are like native to that place. I try to avoid like chain restaurants and stuff. So I'm looking up these
Yeah,
diners.
we already ate too.
And so I'm looking up this diner, and there's one diner that claimed to be like the shooting spot for Reservoir Dogs, and I was like, oh man, that would be so dope. But then I look at the reviews. It's 5-star rated, but only 5 reviews. That's sus. That's
I'm good fan.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a,
not. Yeah,
it's a little sus, right?
your
Especially
family.
when every other restaurant is like thousands of reviews.
grandma.
Yeah, grandma,
Dad.
mom, dad, uncle, brother.
So it's
Yeah,
just
right.
the characters from Reservoir Dogs.
That would be amazing.
But so I was like, that's sus. So I didn't believe it. So I went to the next one down, and it was called Cindy's Diner. And my God, this place was actually like the food was
I'm like
amazing.
so just freaking jealous of this
Their
man right
sausage
now.
patties were actually like fresh sausage. It wasn't like frozen patties. Like it was actually really good food. But anyways, I walk into the diner, and immediately right there is Andre Arroyo. He's not like in a booth. He's just like at the bar of the diner. I think he was there with his wife, but he was having a conversation. But like I recognized him. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I don't
sure. usually
usually get starstruck, but like we just recently watched The Wire, so I was like very, very starstruck. So I'm waiting to be sat down. I'm looking around like for open booths. I'm like, where are they gonna seat me? And I was like, I don't want to be. I gotta like sit close to him. So I just went and sat myself next to him. I just
Wow.
went and sat myself next
Wow,
to him.
ballsy.
So I was like, I don't want to be that guy, but I definitely want to like
be that guy.
at least I
was
want to
definitely that guy.
at least say hi or get a picture, but I don't want to bother him. So I'm sitting here. He's sitting one chair away from me, but he has his back turned to me because, again, he's talking to his wife and, like, just having a conversation. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah,
But
good.
But in that middle seat is his jacket. So I know when he goes to leave, he's
Bro,
going to
you're
have
crazy.
to he's gonna have to turn
Damn,
towards
Mickey.
me to get
You're
the
the dude
jacket.
from you, and I've never
There's nothing
seen
wrong with
you.
that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
Look, I did this as courteously as I could. I was like, now it was just a matter of like staying there until he was ready to leave, right? So that's when I did it. He went to go get his jacket, and I was like, hey man, can I bother you for a picture? He was like, what? I was like, can I bother you for a picture
Oh my
real quick?
God.
And he was like, who am I? I was like, you're Andre Arroyo. He's like, all right.
He doesn't think anyone's still watching.
But then
Yeah, well-
it was funny though, because after we took the picture, he's like, what's your name, man? I was like, I'm Mickey. He's like, oh, nice to meet you, man. Andre. I was like, I know.
Well, it's funny. For those who don't know, Andre Royo is most famous for his role
Bubbles.
on The Wire of Bubbles or Bubs.
Bubs.
Yep.
But he's done a lot of other roles.
yeah.
Had a lot of other, and most recently in the Apple TV Plus series, Truth Be Told, he plays an attorney in the second season
Yeah,
for Octavia Spencer.
He actually, Andre Arroyo did such a convincing job as Bubbles. So there's a story, he calls it his street Oscar. So when they were shooting in Baltimore, like somebody who lived in Baltimore actually came up to Andre Arroyo on set and tried to give him a bag of heroin. And he was like, hey man, you're real strung out. I feel like you need this more than I do. And like Andre Arroyo calls that his street Oscar.
That's amazing.
He's like, no, I got drug addicts thinking I'm a drug addict.
Yeah,
You
no,
understand?
he did a phenomenal job. So I'll tell Serge's story
I'm so mad at this.
as best as I can, but he'll have to retell it. But anyways, he's at this like really awesome steakhouse,
It's with
and
his cousin and her husband.
yeah, so we have this like chat group, and he was like chatting. He's like, "Oh my god, I think I'm sitting next to Dr. Dre. I'm sitting next to Dr. Dre," and I think he was there with his
Cousin and her husband.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's there with people, so he's feeling the same way. I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna, say anything. So as dinner winds down, Dr. Dre's getting up to leave. His security is walking them out. And this completely other group of people goes up and tries to get his autographs. The Surge is like, oh man, well, if they're doing it, I'm gonna do it too. So
Now's your time.
so he goes up there, but like security kind of fans people away. They're taking him to the car. So Surge didn't like call out to Dr. Dre or anything. He was just kind of like looking at him, but like
He felt the eyes burning.
Dr. Dre, right before he gets into his car, I guess he turns around and he looked at the fans and he's like, all right. So he was kind enough to take that picture. So
Nice.
that's Serge's story. It's actually funny because like we were talking about like we met Deb, one of our editors, and Josh. one of our friends there, and we had lunch with them when we were talking about like celebrity sightings. He's like, dude, I've lived here for years and I've never had this happen. And like we
Really?
we were there for a weekend and we met met a couple of people.
They met them, but Pat and Navi, they went to the LA Lakers game against the New York Knicks. Yep.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a Saturday
Went
night
to the Staples Center?
Yep, a Saturday, live game.
That's
It was
cool.
crazy,
Way to go,
but
guys.
they saw like little Dicky walking by.
Yeah.
It would have been funnier if they were bragging about the basketball players. It's like, I ran into all these basketball players.
I
Went to the Lakers game,
mean, when I was in New York, I went to the Knicks game, but obviously I didn't run into them. But I saw like they showcase them on the.
This is how dumb I am. Do they still play at Madison Square?
They do, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know because Madison Square is old as fuck now.
Oh,
I got
it's
wrecked
lovely.
after that Godzilla movie.
They got
right.
say
Old
what?
Roland Emmerich.
What?
Roland Emmerich's Godzilla destroyed Madison Square Garden. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was
How
cool.
was it, by the way? I've never been to a Knicks game.
Oh,
either.
it was phenomenal. It was a great.
Wait, so you've been to a Nuggets game, a Knicks game, you've been to a Pacer game.
been
You've
to
been
Pacer
from the
game.
East Coast to
I've
the
been to
West Coast in
Chicago
the past
game.
30 days.
Yeah,
haven't you?
Bulls. Been to the Bulls game?
And I was gonna go with like Pat and Navi, and like I gave them my budget, but they just kept going up more and more. And Pat is like a big fan, so he wanted to be
Yeah,
real close.
sure,
I'm like, yeah, I'll catch it next time, guys.
Pull your mic up a little bit.
Yeah, Pat. For anybody that doesn't know, Pat thinks, in well, due to his credit, that Kobe Bryant was the greatest basketball player ever. So big
No, Pat
Lakers
was
fan.
meant to go there. Yeah.
Oh, and Pat bought a dope ass jersey. Too.
I
Like,
fucking-
it's a sick jersey.
Hopefully,
it's
it's keeping him warm while he's at home sick.
Yeah, so out of this entire trip, unfortunately, a lot of things happened. A lot of good things happened, but some bad, unfortunately, happened. Mickey and I made it out of it, but
I don't think it was California. I think it was Dallas.
no, it wasn't.
I think it was Dallas.
Airport?
How did I survive?
Because
It could've been the-
RTTV.
Well, how did Navi get it?
RTTV, what the fuck are you talking about?
Huh?
What?
Well, no. Navi didn't fly with us, and she didn't have any stops in Dallas.
That's true. I don't know.
Anyway, Mickey
Why?
and I have the superior and
Somehow
better genes.
we dodged it. And
Yeah.
like,
I know how, but we'll talk about it.
No, there's actually an
I don't know
article.
how you-
There's actually
I know what it was.
there's actually an article that states that Jordanians against COVID
wow,
have
that's
stronger
what it is.
laws.
It's just
I,
in your blood.
Don't read
You know
too
what?
much
Blood.
into it.
Jordanians were born
Don't read
immune to
too much
COVID.
into it.
maybe I do have some kind of like weird immunity because like all three, like I've taken both of my vaccinations and I've been boosted.
Same.
And
All of them too.
All three times didn't feel anything.
Oh, I felt like shit.
It didn't bring me down at all. So
I don't want to call people out for not getting boosted, but I have had friends who
gotten boosted.
were vaccinated both doses who didn't get the booster who got Omicron. So it's like I think the boost, it's just one of those things where it's going to be like the flu shot. We're just going to have to keep getting this.
So,
that's what I
like-
feel like it's
Yeah.
just gonna happen now. But yeah.
So Chris, Marquetta, Suraj, Navi, and Pat all went down one by one in the group text.
Yeah,
I have COVID.
You should have seen it. It was like dominoes. It was like watching all of your
I was
friends
like,
just give up.
whoa.
Yeah.
And I was like, I went and got tested at like CVS. I'm like, I'm it was like a beautiful calm blue of negative. Everybody was like bright red, like positive. But they're doing better. They're all doing better. It's been a couple of days. They're getting back on their feet. We canceled Naruto this week, which was really crazy, but we'll be back next week for that. I know.
Naruto?
Naruto's
Yeah.
canceled. It was weird. But,
Everybody's got to get their Naruto fixed.
But you know what? Health first. Health first. And you know what? Our members
we
are
had to
doing
postpone
better.
some things, but we're getting
We
there.
got a lot of cool stuff coming.
Oh, I have one funny story about the System of a Down concert. So
Okay.
Oh, dear God.
So the tickets that I bought, I didn't realize it was like the nosebleeds. Where was it? It was the second floor.
What venue?
It was the Footprint Center.
And where again?
In Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, okay.
So I think it was like a basketball. I don't know. They probably play basketball. There was a stadium, right? So I bought my tickets on the second floor, but the second floor is the fucking nosebleeds.
Yeah, the rafters, basically.
And I'm afraid of heights. And these bleachers, these bleachers are steep, bro. These are like steep bleachers. Okay, so before I got a couple beers in me and I was comfortable, bro. So like they had the armrests. I was like white knuckled to one armrest, and then I was just like,
Yeah, so you didn't fall down the stairs.
Still enjoying the show, though.
still enjoying the show. By the time System of a Down came on, Korn opened and amazing.
really?
Oh, wow.
It was amazing.
That's
it was
bizarre that Korn opened for
Yeah,
System
that
of a
whole
Down.
crowd had to be 30 and up.
Oh, hell yeah!
easily,
It was
yeah.
it was
What?
It was a nostalgia.
Yeah.
Although I was
Yeah.
surprised to see like how many young people there were, even kids, like new fans of these like old bands. So, but yeah, dude, it was
I was
scary,
saying
man.
that.
I had
Dude,
to.
Mickey has like an extreme fear of heights. Like,
Dude, the
Mickey
bleachers
won't go
are
on my balcony.
so
no, but
steep.
yeah, Mickey won't go on like the second floor balcony.
was
He won't go
gonna
like in a clear elevator without like closing his eyes.
Can you get on your roof of your garage and be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you just can't see.
But no,
the-
you're
I
right.
think it's
right.
I think it's
Drop,
more of
right?
like it's like a vertigo thing for me. I start to feel like off balance, and then I have this like innate fear of like losing control of my body and just.
Why would you do that?
Just straight toddler legging it and
You
just.
can always talk to me if
It's
you need.
why it's
Yeah,
an
right.
irrational fear. It's why it's an
That's
irrational fear.
hilarious.
I just have this fear that like I will lose control. Like Winter Soldier, something will happen.
Someone's just gonna say some words, and you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna jump."
Yeah.
Dude,
They're gonna be like cotton candy farts, and you just see Mickey run and jump off of like the highest thing.
Oh, you poor
Oh
thing.
my god, we're here for you.
You
Don't
live like
worry.
this.
We're here for you.
It's okay, bud.
I can't-
This is a
I
safe
can't-
So wait, you're
space.
good with roller coasters?
Yeah, it's freaking weird.
As long as I'm in, and I prefer
motion.
I prefer window seats on planes because
too.
at that height it's so high up that my brain
like, I'm just
my
dead.
brain isn't registering it anymore.
can you
know what I
fly?
mean?
Do you
it just
fly well?
it just looks like a model, huh?
What do you do on planes? Do you fly well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
okay,
Interesting.
I prefer window seats for the view. I really do enjoy the view. Like I said, it's so.
Dude, you're so irrational with me. I'm sorry.
But I
know.
can't stand still at the top of the hill.
I agree.
man.
I agree. It is weird, but okay. Here's the thing: if I look out of the window for too long, then if I focus in on it too much,
And you're gonna want to start opening the fucking door and jump out.
No.
like-
I'll just be afraid. I'll just be
Okay.
afraid. It's not the jumping thing every time. It's
I was
only,
gonna say, goddamn it,
it's
Mickey,
only
I'm
when there's
never
like a
flying,
cliff or like a ledge. But like if there's like if I'm inside
I
a
worry for
building,
you.
then I'm just like, hey, they call me Spider-Man because I hug the walls.
I can't.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's a weird fear, man. But roller coasters, yeah, like the climb up because you're going slow. But once you're in fast motion, like as long as there's something to distract me from the heights, so like the speed is like distracting me from the heights, I could deal.
Do you guys have any fears?
I used to have a fear of heights, not so much anymore. I don't know really what cured that. My friend Michael has a fear of man-made heights, so he can be on like a mountaintop and be completely fine.
What the fuck?
But
On a building.
if
In a
he's on if
skyscraper.
he's standing on like the roof of a 3-story building, he's all fucked up. Yeah, it's something in like, so we were in Europe and we were in Amsterdam and we were walking up to the top of this church and it was just basically scaffolding. And he was like petrified, like he couldn't even. And it was like, these churches are huge. Some of them are like 5-6 stories,
with
but
the
still.
Lord.
Yeah, right. Yeah, seriously, right, exactly. I think all of my phobias are rational phobias. Like I'm afraid of things that could actually kill me. So I don't really have any. I don't think I have very many irrational fears.
Irrational.
Mickey, you're gonna jump off for some reason.
Cavemen were
You
never
are
meant to be that. Okay.
cavemen. It's not about cavemen.
whoa,
I'm
the
sorry.
jumping
Cavemen
thing
are
is
inventing. Yeah, like
the
no.
jumping thing is only like a part of the fear. It's not.
Cavemen
That's
have
not the whole
made
fear.
stuff.
We were
Okay.
never meant to be that high. If I built a city, all my skyscrapers would be 1 story tall.
Mickey, I swear to God, what are you scared of?
No,
It would
Bioshock
just
3
be,
for you.
just be a wide area.
My fears are more like,
Are you afraid of your cat?
no, I mean, kinda like she gets a little quick sometimes, so that's a little weird. I think like I have a weird fear of being eaten by a shark. It's not swimming. It's not quite the ocean. I'm an amazing swimmer. I love the ocean. Murky ocean water.
I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah, I'm like the only one. And fucking like if you think about being like drowning and being eaten at the same time, there can't be anything worse. Like fuck off.
Yeah,
a
that's gotta be
shark
pretty
eating you.
bad.
and
I've drowned before.
First
That
of
would be
all, if you're in
pretty
the
awful.
ocean, you're already in
Yeah.
the shark's kitchen in the first place, so you kind of did this to yourself.
Yeah.
I prefer pools.
Would you do that like the cage thing where they put?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I would. I'd swim with sharks. But it's got to be. I gotta have people around me. Like
Right,
someone's
right.
watching my back.
You're wearing that like chainmail suit thing.
Yeah, because it's 360 attack. Like they can come from below and then fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That
that
would
no,
be
yeah.
wild.
No,
fluids
I do
all
it if
my
I was
body.
strapped.
Did you finish yours? I feel like I cut you off.
No, I just think that, I don't, when I was really little, I had a really bad fear of like tornadoes in the Midwest, just because you see I think Twister was a thing then.
I love that movie.
You know?
I love that movie.
So-
Helen Hunt.
Tornadoes.
I had a really, but then I grew up and I learned about meteorology and I was like, oh. I was, so it's like, unless we live in like the Great Plains, I don't really have anything to worry about, sorry for the folks in Northern Kentucky, that really sucks. But, in general, like the thing about it is also living in a city, what a lot of people don't realize is the more you obstruct airflow, the less likely it is for a cyclone to form.
Right.
So, like, people who live in downtown Indianapolis, any major metropolitan city, the reason you never see a tornado hit a city is because the wind can't keep its current, because the buildings and everything divvy it all
That
up.
makes sense.
they're
Well, that
nerds.
makes me feel safer.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
earthquake.
See, what you think about it, it's like, oh, they're not that bad.
It was the movie Twister. Like when I watched that, I was deathly afraid of tornadoes too. But
That's a great movie.
I have a fun fact about Twister. So you guys remember the scene of like that whole house that was tumbling across the road?
Vaguely.
Go back and watch.
I was
the
a
scene,
child when this came out.
Right. So, anyways, there's a part where like a whole house is just like it's like a tumbleweed, and this was when CGI was pretty new, right? So like this is
like mid-90s.
We didn't have like physics simulations. We didn't have any of that. So that sequence is mostly animated by hand.
Yeah.
So like the wood flying, the chipping of everything,
Yeah.
like all the damage, like that was not a physics simulation because we didn't have that capability. So like a lot of the CGI in that movie at that time is like done by hand. So it was like.
have to watch that again.
If you look back at like Jurassic Park
Best movie ever
1,
made in that
Yeah, we saw a
time.
trailer yesterday. Check it
Yeah,
out on
it's
our
like,
channel right now.
Jurassic
It's
Park
a trailer.
Dominion trailer with these two nerds.
Amazing.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Yo,
it. I haven't
it's
seen it.
sick.
I
It's
love
actually
it.
sick.
Jurassic Park is literally my favorite movie.
It's a great movie,
in the
man.
history of
Shout out to
movies.
Marquetta.
Hey.
We
Shout out, she
should
loves Jurassic Park.
just do the reactions to them honestly because I haven't
we
seen
should.
because I haven't seen there's one movie in World that I haven't seen, Jurassic World, and the other two I don't.
It's so funny. I
Are
was
they
telling
on,
you.
they're on Prime. Let's do the. What does everyone watch with you?
Yeah, watch party.
I
We might be able to
yeah.
watch party those.
It was
Yeah.
so funny. I told Novi I was doing the Jurassic Park trailer yesterday. She's like, "There's more? Aren't they all dead? Where did it come from?" I'm like, "Calm down."
You gotta
The,
watch the trailer. It's gonna
great.
it's gonna be a good one.
But Jurassic Park came out in 1993,
Yeah.
and the CG, though not obviously perfect, it holds up better than some movies that were made in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
In 1993.
And it's because of the human element, because they had like everything was probably done super by hand, and there
Well,
weren't.
and they did the
there
what they're
weren't-
doing.
Animatronics.
Yeah, there weren't, and the animatronics,
Right,
you know. But
right.
like any CGI used, like it's because humans were doing it by
Yes, they were
hand,
animating it,
and,
right.
and it wasn't, and it's because of that element that it still like holds up.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like-
Exactly.
Serge says we're reacting to Jurassic Park later, folks.
Hey yo, confirmed.
Serge also said
That's
earlier
what
in the
it's
chat that you sat right next to him and Chris on the plane and still didn't get COVID.
Yep.
It
Yep.
might be Jordanian thing.
I told you all it's a Jordanian thing. There's an article, but please don't read too much into it.
There's a Jordanian article that says Jordanian people.
No, it's not a
are
Jordanian article. It's an article on Jordanians.
Written-
But
Written by somebody named Jordan.
but
Jordanian.
Jordan.
you know what's really funny? I was just like thinking real quick. My fears came in as an adult. I was really fearless as a kid. I would be jumping buildings, walls, trees. Now I'm scared of like roller coasters, and I'm afraid of confrontation, and I'm afraid apparently of going live.
Yeah,
Yo,
anxiety.
Brother was in here
Go live
chihuahua
anxiety.
trembling.
Afraid
Like,
of. Okay, so
it was a problem.
Wait,
we
wait,
didn't
wait,
know
wait.
what just not even an hour ago.
what happened? She was freaking out.
Yeah, we were going live.
She's like, what are we gonna do? Everybody panic!
And I'm like, girl, you are on YouTube every day.
Every day.
And
You
Twitch once a week.
Okay, so you have. So is it kind of similar to like public speaking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
probably.
Like, hey,
It's
hi.
because it's live, that's why.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now we're in it. I feel a little better.
You should
Yeah.
do. You should just get drunk and do an open mic, and that.
Oh
that'll-
God, hell
Yeah, let's
no!
do that.
fix
Oh my
it.
God, you guys
hell
are
yeah.
insane
We'll do
if you
it.
think you
That's a
gotta
great
do
idea.
I
that.
actually would love to do open mic
Yo,
again.
We'll do it for
I'll say hi to you. Yeah.
Open mic, NORMIE
open mic?
August.
That could-
6th.
Honestly,
Honestly,
get smashed and do
Normie.
open
We'll
mic.
do it, but I'm not
That
doing
might
it.
be fun if we made
do it,
like
but I'm not
YouTube specific humor. That would be the only place it would land. You
That'd
know,
be fun as
Like,
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be kind of fun.
Yeah. Well,
Drunk open mic, wait for it, it might happen.
I'll be your host.
Oh, did you guys see any Lucifer spots win in LA?
Oh
I wanted to, and then I just.
I've been to an
didn't remember
observatory
to.
before. Does that count?
You guys didn't go to
That
fucking
counts.
Lux?
It doesn't exist.
No,
After all this talk?
Lux is a set, but like
Right.
the apartment building.
The building
exists.
is
yeah.
real.
We are in Lucifer Clue right now. Oh my, I'm sorry. I just had a
Yeah.
blog moment.
I did not. I meant to, and then I just didn't remember.
Okay.
There was just, there was a lot. Well, like I said, we were there for the collapse, so that took up quite a majority of our
We only
time.
had one day to explore, really, and
Right,
I just
right,
wanted
sure.
to do nothing.
Yeah.
That makes
Plus, I
sense.
was a little hungover, man.
Which I can't
Yeah,
wait for
I'd be
all the
partying.
collapse stuff to be coming out because it's like, yeah, it was a fun time. It was a really fun time.
It looked like it was a lot. I can't wait to see what
Super
like,
duper fun.
was actually, the intent of it.
Well, there's actually, if you go to RTTV's channel right now, there's a podcast and an anime draft. No, we won. Jigglypuff.
Anime draft.
Yeah.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
We picked Jigglypuff.
Yeah,
Jigglypuff.
according to the official stats, we might not have won, but in our hearts, we know.
We know. People on our Instagram
who the
story
real
voted
winners
we won,
are.
yeah.
I got you.
You gotta think about those choices, man. No who's Jigglypuff. That's a dangerous combination. I'm sticking to it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Kirby and Jigglypuff related.
But
Squirrel.
I did want to ask you guys, like, a lot of cool things are happening soon, but especially the Super Bowl. I did an Instagram poll on our
Tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern. Everybody.
Oh my God. Is it tomorrow? Shit, tomorrow's Sunday.
Tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern. Super Bowl.
Holy shit.
The Los Angeles Rams host the Cincinnati Bengals, baby.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Oh, Sunday. Sorry, Sunday.
Sunday. I'm already bad with days. Thank you so much. No, I actually polled our people on our Instagram story, and a lot of people actually watch the Super Bowl more for the game versus the halftime show. And I'm like, honestly,
This guy.
But this year's
guy watches
halftime
the
show?
I'm watching. Yeah, I mean
watch
today.
sports.
I mean this year's show. Who's playing the halftime show? It's
It's like
Dr.
Dr.
Dre,
Dre,
Mary J.
Eminem, Mary J. Blige,
Bro,
Kendrick
come
Lamar,
on.
and
Come
Snoop Dogg
on.
and
It's
Snoop.
about to be...
That's about to slap.
Yeah.
There's
It's
gonna be
about to
a
be
lot of like.
crazy. I don't watch sports very much, but I'll watch the Super Bowl because
The
it's always
commercials.
It looks like you're wearing the
commercials.
Bengals colors right now.
You are. That was probably on
Yeah,
purpose.
you did it on purpose, man. You Midwesterner.
Again, this is going to be coming from a non-sports person, but like I do remember watching football quite a bit, like when back in the Peyton Manning days when he was still here with us.
Us being the Colts.
He's alive. He's alive.
No.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? When he was in Indianapolis, so
Playing for the Indianapolis
I
Colts.
remember
God
Super
rest
Bowl
his
commercials like early 2000s, maybe even in 2010ish. Like, but I just feel like for the past decade or so, Super Bowl commercials haven't been quite as on point as they used to be.
I don't know. I missed the last one. Top one on top of my head ever. There was, I forget what fish company it is, but basically you see
back to
these
the
bears out just eating in the wild, and it's David Attenborough's voice, and he's just like, and we see the wild bear, blah 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 blah, and this dude just runs up and hits the bear, and the bear gets up and they start fighting, and he's like, whoa! And like the dude beats the bear's ass and takes the fish, and they're like, yeah, we're dedicated or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Favorite fucking
I think it was
I
like,
remember, like, back in
I
the
think it was
day,
like
they just had,
Alaskan
like-
cod or something.
Something like that.
Like
There's
it's
more
worth it.
simplicity to it back in the day, like the commercial. Now they're just like, I don't know, explicit. No,
Ever since
I don't know what it is,
They're
but I feel like
I
I don't
still
know.
like them a lot personally.
And again, I haven't seen the past few Super Bowls or probably so like I don't know. I just feel like commercials were better back in the day. As far as halftime shows, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot of them. I usually catch halftime show like after the fact, like when people meme about it. Like remember the Katy Perry with the sharks.
yeah.
Kind of.
There's Katy Perry,
left
there's
shark.
Fergie.
It was left shark that
Yeah.
was, or right shark. I don't know. One of the sharks became popular.
Well, I mean, obviously the Budweiser frogs is a great example of a
Budweiser
really
frog.
famous Super Bowl commercial. That
That's a
kind
good
of
one,
thing.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Budweiser had a lot of really, really good ones for
The
for
Burr
a long
ones have
time.
good ones. Yeah, the beers.
Doritos is really consistent.
Who had the better beer face? That might have been Budweiser. too,
Yeah, maybe.
actually.
Yeah.
The
I
bitter
can't
beer
remember.
commercials.
But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I
Don't
think
buy
the
bitter
difference is they were a bit. I think the reason maybe we remembered them more in the past is because they were historically shorter. And so you see these commercials nowadays
And
where
it's just
people are
snappy.
trying to like transcend mediums. It's all about media itself is all kind of all over the place. So like now you have like these like super elaborate 3-minute commercials that are basically like
Too
a
much.
movie
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Too
You know?
much, yeah.
Like,
And yeah,
don't go over a trailer length.
So yeah, it was like back in the day was like Vine TikTok length.
Yeah.
It was like
30
Vine,
seconds is a
TikTok,
commercial. 30 to
yeah.
60
You know?
seconds.
Get in, get out, be funny or memorable, and usually funny. And I think
I
that's
we are
actually-
not millennials. We're definitely
I can't
boomers.
remember if this was a Pepsi commercial or a Coke commercial, but the one where Jimi Hendrix buys 2 cans so he can like stand on top of them to buy the other one.
Yeah,
Probably
that was a
Pepsi.
good commercial.
That was a
probably
really
Pepsi.
good one.
Somebody wants to shout out Betty White Snickers commercial.
Yeah, Betty White,
That
rest
was-
in
yeah,
peace, Betty
that was a
White.
good one.
R.I.P. Betty.
Died at 99, I think.
I know, like right before. I don't want to talk about
I
this.
mean,
It
yeah,
hurts.
it's really sad. Really sad. Rest in peace, Betty White.
But Serge also reminded us as well. Shout out to Serge. You know, I hope you're feeling better, buddy, out there. Thank you for watching us. But there's gonna be a lot of Marvel trailers dropping during the Super Bowl.
that makes
straight
sense.
up movie trailers the entire
Oh,
time.
I can't wait for those.
That's probably, and you know what? That might just be the thing now. Like Disney is just taking over the commercial.
Everything.
You know,
Yeah.
NFL brought to you by Disney.
Well, they do actually know.
They come out and do
Disney
the mouse
acquires
thing.
NFL.
No, Nickelodeon has football games now on Thursdays.
Yeah, that's
Who
true.
does?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
What is Nickelodeon?
They're trying to get the younger people
can
into
tell you why.
sports.
I'll
Because
tell you
that
why.
was-
Yeah,
They
it would
can't.
be,
I'm being
no,
serious.
I would fuck
I'm
with it.
shocked.
I would fuck with it if the sports announcers were like characters from like Cat Dog and like
Cat Dog?
Cat Dog calling a show,
man.
Rocco's Modern Life calling a show, or like
You have
SpongeBob
very,
like bah.
you have very similar ideas. So basically, the reason for anybody who doesn't know that Nickelodeon now has football is because CBS owns Nickelodeon. CBS historically was the OG football broadcasting company, even before Fox came around. Fox actually came around and took the NFC from CBS. When CBS now has the AFC, Fox has the NFC. Anyway, the point is CBS owns Nickelodeon, so they're trying to, very much in the same way of golf, they're trying to encourage, because, you know, over the years, there's been all of the bad press, understandably so, about CTE, about all these players who are getting concussed, having lifelong injuries and stuff. So what has happened is the cause and effect there is
Young people don't fuck with it no more.
Yeah. People who are raising a family now don't want their kids to play football because they don't want them to,
Concussions
yeah,
and stuff.
exactly. Who knows, right? You can any number of things. And so Nickelodeon and CBS vicariously, and probably vicariously the NFL, is trying to encourage very much the same way they did with golf, a new generation of kids to be more invested in football.
So this is a sinister agenda to
Well,
keep CTE
yes and no.
alive.
Yeah,
keep CTE alive.
You could argue either way, but the point is, so what you were saying is, why don't they have like cartoons be the commentators? Well, what they're doing is they're having like
hilarious.
They're having like those teen personalities and stuff like that do that kind of a job, and what they're doing is like
I don't want that.
they're doing like graphics. So like when somebody like scores a touchdown, like how you can do like augmented reality. Somebody scores a touchdown and then they drop like AR slime on them. So it's not real, but the kids see it.
Interesting. Well,
like
you know
that
what?
kind of thing.
Then if Nickelodeon is doing this, they should take advantage of the thing that fans wanted like a few Super Bowls ago. There was the fan petition for the halftime show to be the ballad that was written for that SpongeBob episode.
Oh yeah.
Winner takes all.
I don't know.
Bro, that was a sick
too,
song,
Bubba?
and I tried to look up that song, and I guess like it was written for that episode. Like that ballad was like written for that episode, and
I
it
don't
fucking
doubt
it
it.
slaps.
bang. Yeah.
It slaps.
Dude, SpongeBob.
And like there was a petition that like got enough signatures, and I think that like in the halftime show they teased it like they were about to do it, and then they didn't, and it pissed everybody off. They were like, "How? Like
That would
if
slap.
you're not gonna do it, don't do it. Like
I feel like there's-
don't
I
start
feel like
the
now
riff.
that
does.
would work. Like,
Don't
now
start the
it's-
riff and then Jason Derulo walks out or something.
I think now it would work. Like our generation, basically.
On Nickel- if
right now,
Nickelodeon's
the
doing
people
it.
alive would go and see that. Like,
Yeah.
drop that SpongeBob remix, son.
Dude, that
Drop
yeah.
the SpongeBob.
There's
that's,
actually a good SpongeBob remix out there already.
Sick.
I'm
ballad.
sure there probably is. I have no doubt
It's
about
really,
that.
really good.
By the way, go Bengals at the Super Bowl, because Midwest, why not? In
Yeah, we gotta rep the
Cincinnati.
closest one. I like to watch sports, and I go by the mascot anyway.
Okay.
And if you're gonna put a tiger versus a ram, people, come on.
I'm
Tigers all day.
from California. I'm sorry, California. LA Rams.
Well,
They
yeah.
just
I
got
wanted
there.
a
They were
Niners.
in St.
Let's get
Louis,
there.
weren't they? Weren't they the
Yes,
St. Louis
correct.
Rams? You just got them.
I wanted.
Calm
Okay,
down.
if you ask people, I wanted the 49ers to win originally, but the Rams won. California, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll survive.
I wanted the 49ers to win as well. So
too.
by the way, on that note, if the last 3 times the Bengals have gone to the Super Bowl, they've actually played the 49ers and lost.
Yeah, someone said they haven't won. Spencer told me they haven't won a playoff in what was it? Playoff game.
Yeah. But so yeah,
Now
right.
they're just up there.
So well,
Smacking your bitch.
so the 49ers and the Bengals previously went to 3 Super Bowls. So every Super Bowl that the Bengals have gone to, the 49ers have also gone to. And so when it was the Rams versus the 49ers, I wanted the 49ers to win simply so it would be the 49ers and Bengals again, right? But in this case, I think the Bengals want it more. So the Rams have home field advantage. I don't know if you know that. It will be in LA. So the Super Bowl is in LA.
Yeah, we saw that when we were in LA. We actually drove by.
Which that fucking stadium, the SoFi Stadium, is
So pretty.
sick. I don't
flew
know if you've
over
seen
it,
it.
too.
Yeah,
We flew over it
is
as well.
That's gotta
nasty.
be good for the Midwesterners there.
I
Some
would,
good weather.
Yeah, oh yeah. But hey,
good
Lucas Oil
sporting
Stadium ain't nothing to snub your nose at.
That's what I was saying. You think we'll ever get the Super Bowl back here?
Probably.
I regret not being in downtown more.
I was there for that. It was actually 10
I was
years.
too.
It was almost 10 years
It was
ago.
2012.
Yeah,
10
no,
years ago.
we
So-
will. I mean, we just had the National College Championship, so we basically
Yeah.
had the Super Bowl of
Our
college.
I was
football.
real proud of Indianapolis after that Super Bowl because like people like from other places were leaving us. Like there were so many articles like raving about like Indianapolis is super organized. Things are very much like
It's easy to get around.
People who got hotels in downtown, they had a great time because everything
just walk fucking
everything was
everywhere.
just in walking distance. So
Yeah.
like we got a lot of good reviews for our city, and now the city's grown even more. So like
For those who don't know, in Indianapolis, you can literally walk from Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where the Pacers play, to Lucas Oil Stadium in under half an hour,
Yeah.
like on foot,
Not
like
even.
comfortably.
Yeah, not
like,
even,
and it's an
yeah.
easy walk. It's not a difficult walk at
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
our downtown's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It is. We like it. A lot of construction right now, but it'll be nice soon, especially for
Well,
NormieCon.
that's what I'm saying. So by the time we get the Super Bowl back, so like the construction right now, I heard that there's $9 billion that came to our city for like general infrastructure, like repairs. So like,
From heat.
Yeah. Well, no, our
got
state of the.
I'm feeling like we got that Mike Pence money while he was in
Indy's,
there, bro.
Indy's in the black. Indiana as a state, it prides itself on being fiscally responsible. So while, like, for example, the state of Illinois has been in terrible debt for fucking forever, really, Indiana usually
they made
operates
weed
in the
legal.
black.
It's that state tax
so,
that
yeah.
Damn, and that's why it will be
that
the
state
last to be
tax.
weed legal.
Yeah.
Illinois was like, I gotta make
Do
that
you
money.
know? Do you actually know
I
they?
got AIDS for 50. Who wants it?
a lot of that came from when, oh my gosh, he's the president of Purdue University now. I can't remember why. I can't. Oh my God,
Madam
Mitch
Purdue
Daniels.
president.
Mitch Daniels.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
When Mitch Daniels,
man Mitch.
yeah, was running things, he sold some of the northern infrastructure, like highway infrastructure, the ownership rights to some company, and it netted Indy like something a surplus, like into the billions. And we've literally been just basically adding to and
Just coasting on that.
coasting on that surplus, like ever
My
since
man
then.
Mitch, man, he was good.
He was very, and now he's
from what
running
I remember,
Purdue.
He was good.
Yeah, and Purdue looks better. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Purdue University, but since Mitch Daniels took over as president, the whole campus looks way better, way sharper. They have nice branding everywhere. Before, Purdue was pretty ugly, to be honest with you, and now they've actually kind of scaled up the
Is
I
it,
don't know my
um,
Midwest freaking universities.
Is it Purdue or IU that has the library that sinks a little bit every year because they didn't take into account?
Sinks
I'm
a
gonna
little
guess.
bit?
I'm gonna guess IU because IU's more of the,
when they built it, they didn't account for the weight of the books. So
wow.
so when the books went in there, like it's not like
It'd
catastrophic.
be
Funny.
ironic if it was Purdue.
Why
Isn't
is
Purdue an
this funny
engineering
to
school.
me?
And this might be a myth too. I might be talking out of my
is so
ass,
dumb.
but I heard that like it sinks like maybe like a quarter of an inch, like something
this
like
cannot be
something
real.
in
Goddamn books are
Then
heavy.
take some of the books out.
I mean, it's done
Stop
now.
letting
You know,
people
it's,
in.
it's
And
done.
you
Let,
can't-
like 1% at a time.
You'd have to literally almost demolish the whole a building
Who
of that
did
size
this?
because at that point you have to replace the foundation, and to replace the foundation you basically have to take everything off of the foundation.
And that's why I think like the building like
Yeah.
as a whole sinks a little bit. Not like I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
I don't think it's
We
I
should just
don't
stop
think it's
using that
unsafe.
building.
I'm sorry. That's
I mean, I think that's what it's known for.
I'm gonna guess-
Somebody confirm if that's a real thing.
Oh
'cause
my
it's,
god!
I've
Airbnb.
heard that
Google
before.
this for me. This is ridiculous.
I'm gonna guess-
I'm sorry. This is like the dumbest thing for history.
Bloomington. I'm gonna say it's IU because the elevation
It's gotta
as you
be
get in the
Purdue.
southern half of the
It's
state.
gotta be
I would
Purdue.
have loved to have been there, like the architects, like the buildings on fit. They're like standing outside, like marveling at it, and then they see like people rolling in the books, and slowly it's just like,
Yeah.
That's getting shorter.
Or they just put a book on a shelf and just starts
and then
slowly
cue the bomb,
sliding.
bomb, bomb.
No, and you just see them fold their paycheck, put it in their pocket, walk away. Like, okay, job's done.
I'm dying. Well,
What else we got?
That's
Wells
what's
Library.
That's what's happening in Super Bowl world and you know apparently in IU world. Do we have any Futurama fans here
Oh,
by
yeah.
chance?
Oh my God, yes.
Have you guys seen them
Oh my
all?
God, yes, yes.
Oh my god, he's like, oh my
yes.
god,
Yes,
yes.
I've seen. I mean, like I don't, I couldn't remember like episode by episode, but yeah.
I feel
remember the general story. Yeah.
I will say I think I've seen like handfuls, but the one that's most memorable to me is God, what's his name? I'm finding out that he's his own grandfather or something.
Fry.
Like that.
Oh
Right.
shit, that
Fry.
was wild.
Yeah, but anyway, guys,
Yeah.
Futurama has been
renewed.
Renewed. It's coming back. And how do you feel
What
about
do
it?
you
What?
mean?
What?
didn't know that? You guys didn't know
I
this?
literally texted you guys.
No, but I thought you were
know
talking about
this.
the old one,
No,
like
no, no.
rewatching Futurama. You mean they're bringing it back like they did
Back
Animaniacs?
more,
bought it.
like 20 more episodes.
Who picked it back up?
Go ahead.
Seriously, nobody listens to me ever.
Who picked it back
No,
up?
I don't listen to any runners text. I just send them straight to Brie.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck.
I don't know how. I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah,
He's my witness.
did you watch the new Animaniacs? Because Hulu did
no.
really good. They bought Animaniacs
Yeah.
and they killed it.
Yeah,
Really?
and
Yeah,
really?
Dude, I'm excited.
So
Okay,
I'm
I'm-
hyped to see this.
I'm excited, but like it also.
Are you around?
It ended so good though. Like it ended really
It
well.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying because like okay, look, I know The Simpsons is still going, and I know I know it still has its moments, but like by and large, it's like I just
I don't know. Simpsons got funny again,
Why
man.
can't why
Thank
can't
you.
My whole thing
You're
is-
my favorite person here.
why can't we
Oh my
let
God.
things die sometimes?
I think that
don't
the
No.
whole thing with those shows like Futurama and Simpsons and Family Guy and even like South Park is that their humor was towards modern shit, like things that are actually happening.
Right.
And there's no way with the things that have happened since Futurama hasn't been going that
Right.
they don't have material for
Oh,
this.
Right,
oh, yeah,
exactly.
It's gonna be
exactly.
gold.
That was the first thing I
I'd
said.
be down to
Dun,
hear
dun,
good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Good news.
Zoidberg
Good
good
news.
Good news, everyone.
Yeah,
How does it
Okay,
feel?
I'm down. As long as
There's no
as
words.
long as
Yeah.
they do it right, which
Well, go ahead.
Dun, dun,
I forget the
dun,
Futurama
dun.
song.
yeah. I mean, I think my favorite, the only one that ever comes to mind is the Death by
Yeah, let's go
Snoo
down.
Snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Snoo Snoo.
yeah. Where they go and they the Amazonian
what
women.
was he said? He's like, the spirit is willing, but the muscle is
No.
spongy.
No, it's
I missed that one.
Zap Brannigan.
Wait,
yeah.
Spencer knows.
Yeah.
He says the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Yeah.
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
yeah.
It's
when,
I get it.
Zap Brannigan.
Brannigan, yeah.
Yeah, Zap Brannigan, the funniest fucking character in Futurama.
Oh,
no
arguably.
pants.
Yeah.
The
it's
dude,
just-
the blonde, and he gets with
The captain dude
Yeah,
with
yeah,
no
captain.
pants on.
he gets with
get it.
what's her name?
Captain's love.
Leela.
Yeah, he's with her.
Yeah,
a little
Leela.
bit. Yeah, I remember that episode.
Yep. Zap
Damn,
Brannigan.
okay, I don't know it properly apparently.
Oh my god, I love
Childhood, I was
Futurama.
attracted to a Cyclops. That was weird.
That's not weird.
Well, they
You know,
sexualized
I
her.
was-
They
I-
were
I-
supposed to be
That was-
hot.
that was
Like
hot
that was the
Cyclops.
thing.
Yeah, it's not weird.
No, I love
I'm here.
Futurama. I've seen every episode of Futurama. I've seen every movie of Futurama.
I didn't know there were movies.
3 movies.
There's movies.
Fuck.
There are three
know that.
movies, 2 of which are directly connected. They're like sequels to each other.
We know who the super fan is here. Then.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
okay, shout out to. Okay, I know we shout out Marquetta for Jurassic Park. Shout out to Chris for Futurama. He loves that shit, guys.
Chris and I both joke about Futurama all the time.
Aw.
So it's basically like, for those who haven't really delved into it, a lot of it's irreverent sci-fi humor is what we have now in Rick and Morty. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like basically Rick and Morty is kind of like what would happen if you took South Park and Futurama and you kind of blended them together. That's more of like what Rick and Morty is. But
Yeah.
Futurama is more of like, they make parodies. Like they'll be parodying something you've never seen before, and you don't even know what they're making fun of, and it's still funny.
Yeah.
Ah, and you
You
didn't
know what I
catch
mean?
it. The man who catches everything.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. Like Futurama is one of those
Yeah,
movies.
there's there's a lot of detail. Like there's some jokes in there that might be only for a niche portion of the audience, but the people that get it will fucking die laughing.
It's like a Christopher Nolan movie. It's you can keep watching Futurama or like Arrested Development or something, and you'll pick up something new
Something
like
new.
each time because it's so fast. The jokes are so fast,
and
and
there's
there's
so much detail.
and there's so many jokes that aren't even written that are just in the animation of the
background, yeah.
characters. Yeah. So it's like that's in the script, but there's no verbal cue for it. So anyway, it's just oh my God.
I
It's,
learned about Krampus from Futurama.
yeah.
Christmas Krampus?
Yeah,
Oh,
Krampus, yeah.
I think that was the Christmas episode, right?
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Oh my
too,
God,
yeah.
Evil Santa, played by John Goodman. Evil
That was-
Santa,
I feel left out.
he just comes and kills you on Christmas. Like if
Yeah.
you've been bad, he just comes and ices your ass. I guess that's a pun. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, but no, I'm stoked. I'm
Well,
really stoked.
all
It's gonna be.
right,
It's a
Really
great
cool.
thing.
So
Yeah.
if there's so some of us might be excited about like Futurama, some not. Is there like any show that's been revived that you ended up loving? Like for me, for example, I loved Charmed growing up. They revived it with different characters and everything, and
Was it like the new generation?
God, it's just fucking horrible.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
I was just so upset. I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, Charmed again. You know they're gonna do good with it. I'm like,
So,
yay,
so
Marge.
Charmed is the three witches, right?
Yeah,
Not to
it's
be
three
confused with
sisters.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
No.
Who are the who's like the most famous actress that was in the original Charmed? I can't remember the one you remember the most.
What's her name? I know who you're talking about.
with an A?
Melissa.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Milano.
Yeah, I think
Melania.
yeah,
I know who
yeah.
you're talking
yeah,
about.
okay,
Alyssa Milano.
cool. Alyssa Milano. Yeah,
She played Phoebe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's
Okay.
Phoebe. I just love.
Oh.
Honestly, but like I was.
I never watched Charmed. That's
I love Charmed.
Never watched
I went to
Charmed.
California a couple of years ago. And I went to the Charmed house. Actually, when I did my road trip from here to California, I took a picture from the Charmed house. There were signs like "Don't stand close." I'm like, okay, sorry. Like people actually live
Really?
there.
Oh, okay.
And just like the Breaking Bad house, I went to that too. And like the
Oh, you
lady,
did?
yeah, the lady came. She's like, I'm like, sorry, man.
Oh,
I'm
she
like,
lives in that house?
Yeah, people live in these homes.
How are you going to
there?
buy the Breaking Bad house
No,
and be
you take
shitty
a
when somebody
picture in
comes and
front
takes
of
a
it.
picture?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly. It's like,
Exactly.
come on, man. Like, if I was living in that house, I'd keep a prosthetic pizza on the roof at all times. Like, I would make it fun.
Charge for photos.
I looked for it. So apparently,
$5
this
a
is-
photo.
And
So-
to be honest, Airbnb that bitch and $1,500
Yeah.
Well,
a
she
night.
actually got mad. Apparently, there's some
People be
articles I
cooking meth
read.
in that house.
I read some articles. The reason they're mad and everything, and they put up like a fence, is because people were throwing pizzas on her rooftop.
That's hilarious.
Well, again, you
This is
know
probably
what?
something I need
It's a
to
Breaking
see
Bad.
this
You
Oh,
never
you've
seen
not-
it,
yeah, you've not
You
seen
know
Breaking
what
Bad,
you're
right.
getting yourself into. I wonder how much they bought that house for, to be honest.
Oh, and I saw Hank's house too.
It's not that nice
It was
of a
Hank's
house.
house was the best.
Dude, I love the Hank style house. Like,
It was
dude.
Are
literally
you
the
talking about a
same
ranch
cul-de-sac.
Yeah, that ranch style.
Ranch-
that,
ranch
that,
style where it's, like,
contemporary,
open and
really
it's all one
square.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
I grew up in a
dudes.
house like that.
But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, they revived Charm, guys, and like,
I can't.
I'm
I mean,
sorry you
does
didn't
does
like
the
it.
Expanse count? It wasn't dead for very long, but like,
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think that
it's too recent.
I can't remember that. I can't remember a show that was gone for a long time and then came back.
What about this? Okay, on this topic, what about? How do you guys feel about BelAir? Do you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
I don't know. I
haven't
haven't
jumped
seen
into
it
it
yet.
yet.
I don't
haven't
know.
seen
I'm
it yet,
feeling
but
so
it's not out, I don't
I
think.
saw billboards for it in L.A.
I mean,
I
like,
haven't jumped into it yet.
I don't know. Is Will Smith an executive producer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay,
I
I was
would
wondering.
hope-
I was like,
I would hope he'd be connected.
I was like,
to the
who's
president.
bankrolling this?
No,
You
he's,
know,
he's
like-
heavily involved in it.
Okay.
I literally don't know anything. I just read an article, but like I'm just feeling super indifferent. I want to give it a chance. I'm
I
judging. I'm
agree.
already
Same.
judging it. I'm already judging it. It might be really
Try
good.
not to.
But also because like that's just like I go there for comfort to watch Fresh Prince of BelAir. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of my
But
favorite
so
shows.
is he producing it or directing it? Like,
Producing.
do we know?
Producing,
Producing.
and maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
he's
I've never
involved.
seen Will Smith direct anything. I don't know
I
if he
think
does
he.
direct.
The
Oh no,
one movie was
with his
After
stupid-ass
Earth,
son?
which is the worst.
Yeah.
The one with him and his
is the
son.
worst actor in the history of acting.
Why did
James
they,
Smith's
didn't,
had
they,
the
didn't they
worst
have him
at a lot of things.
do an accent in that movie too?
They tried to do
Vaguely.
whatever they could and it didn't fucking work.
Sister Willow Smith. Willow Smith is very talented.
Super talented.
Oh my god.
She's the most amazing of the
I don't know
Smiths.
anything about her.
Will Smith, though. Will Smith's such a good actor that I don't
Jaden
believe
Smith has some
anything he
bangers,
does.
you know, the fucking
Name one.
icon living.
He's got.
I'm just an
another.
icon living.
He's got one.
You don't like
maybe
that song?
two
I fuck with
I
that
songs.
don't, I don't even know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I love
I'm
that
showing
song.
it to you
I
later.
like the song. Yeah, the song goes hard. I
I'm
work
just
out
an
to the
icon
song.
living. Something misfits. Something.
The one thing I saw about Jaden Smith recently was when he was in his own music video or somebody else's music video, and he was wearing a white Batman costume, and I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done with this.
I think
You're
there
done.
might.
You're done.
Yeah, I was like,
don't know if that's
you
the
have
same
so
music
much
video.
money that you don't know what to do with it. Like,
Hey,
this isn't even art.
Jaden
This is
Smith's-
just you stunting.
Jaden Smith's
Like, I
tweets
don't
are
really care.
legendary, man. How
I don't have a Twitter. I don't have social media, bruh.
I
How
hate
can-
that you
how
don't have
can-
social media.
social
It bothers-
media
It
best thing
bothers
ever.
me.
Hey, but for real though, how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
Oh, okay,
Stop
cool.
it. Don't do it. No,
Cool,
don't do
great.
this. Don't do this to us.
Birds aren't real either while we're at it.
Don't do this
you
to
know.
us.
And the Earth is flat, so while we're
Right,
here, let's
exactly.
just get all that wrapped into it.
Don't-
Okay, so I'll try to tailor it back. But so I watched the trailer for it, and you know how in the beginning of Fresh Prince, it's the whole. My mom was like telling me get the hell out of Dodge,
Yeah.
like go
Yeah.
live with your
Is it
aunt
that
and uncle.
story?
Do they do the
It's
song?
it's the same thing, but there's no song. It's like his mother in his mother's voice. He's reading a letter that she wrote him. And it's actually pretty endearing. And I was like, and it's played straight. It's like completely serious. And
So
I
it's
was,
not supposed to be more comedic.
no,
That's all
this is a drama.
I
This is a
thought that
drama.
this would be more.
Oh,
It's supposed to be a drama. It's not a
I
comedy.
don't know if I
Nope,
want to watch
nope,
it.
I'm not
It's
watching
it.
because
It's
the
not
Fresh
gonna be-
Prince was, well,
Well, you can't do the same thing again because
I'm
it
judging,
can't
I'm not
never be as
watching.
good. It could, if you try to do a funny show, it would never ever be as good.
I feel like it's gonna make me sad to live in America, and it's also
Probably.
going to hit a lot of cultural topics for Black people, which I
Yeah.
definitely watched it for the culture. But I know I'm gonna cry at some point during this series because
It's on. it's on Peacock.
I mean, there were really super emotional moments even in the sitcom. You
Exactly.
know, like so, like if they're gonna, because like there were some serious issues in the sitcom and some really super heartfelt moments. So, but
Yeah, there were.
but there was always comedy to kind of undercut that. So if they take those. If that feeling and just go purely serious, like yeah, it's gonna be pretty. I
It'll
think
be interesting, right?
I'm down.
For me,
I'll
I don't
check it
know.
out. I'll check it out. But yeah, it is one of those things
it's
where
a
like
toss up, right?
It is one of
Could
those
be good.
things.
If it is, it isn't. Whatever.
That's why I had the reaction that I did to Futurama is because like, you know, Fresh Prince, like it's that, like even when Full House came back, it's just like those shows are so like kind of
Fuller House. What a great name.
You know, but like that's what I'm saying. Like those shows are so special that like you almost don't want them to come back because it's just a nice, you know, little piece of history. Just leave it alone. You know.
I like comedy and sci-fi. I can't do drama. I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I'm down. I like drama.
No
fair.
drama for your mama.
Everybody has their favorite genres.
But that would be
Ooh, R.I.P. Bob Saget, by the way.
yeah, that was
R.I.P. Bob
unexpected, and he
Saget.
was only like I think early
55,
was
60?
I think
Yeah,
he was
man.
just 60 or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
bad.
man.
Okay. That's the show that was revived. I did not mind being
Fuller
revived.
House.
I freaking loved it. It was perfect. They brought the energy.
I didn't-
Girls were great. I
didn't
missed the
watch
twins,
it, but yeah.
I don't think I watched
What
enough
was like
Full
the
House.
whole cast? I mean, I know
Except
the
the
Olsen
Olsens.
twins were.
But
not.
no, everybody
how
was
did they,
there.
How did they explain that?
Aren't
one
they
off?
drugged out?
They're
Did they
just-
Yeah, how did they explain that?
They were just in New York doing their work.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
they're
Well,
just-
that's actually
like-
pretty
well,
accurate.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
not inaccurate.
Yeah.
No, but in Fuller House today, like made Snyder jokes like, "Oh, they're too good to come," or blah. Like they were like also mentioning like make some remarks to them. It was really
It'd
fun.
have been funny if they had one of them on drugs. Like they're just like,
That would have been too close to reality. Yeah.
It's wild that Elizabeth Olsen, you know, Scarlet Witch is their sister.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wild.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I never knew there was a third one. Then she's like,
They have a brother.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
What?
pretty sure it's a big
Yeah.
family.
there's an Olsen male.
There's
also-
I thought it was a family of females, and mom just tested.
And also
babies
in the
out.
Smith family, aside from Jaden and
Yeah,
Willow,
there's
there's
older.
I think his name is Trey.
I believe it.
Oh, the Miley Cyrus
but he-
Trey. Are you
What?
talking about Miley Cyrus' brother Trey? I'm sorry, I heard the
no,
word
no,
Trey.
no.
No, Will Smith's oldest son.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he-
his name is Trey as well.
He plays like
First marriage or
football or
First
something.
marriage.
Yeah.
So Will Smith got married. Oh my God.
I forget who.
The first movie I ever saw him in was a movie I watched with my mom, and I can't remember what it was,
Loser.
but it was a really bizarre movie because it was like Will Smith plays kind of like a sociopath. Like so he's like a live-in assistant or live-in something with a family. And he's like masquerading as like one person, but in reality, he's like a completely different person.
I haven't heard of this one.
And it was like his like very first movie, and it's like a complete drama. And he actually is like a closeted gay guy who.
Oh yeah.
Damn, this sounds
I don't
fire.
know.
It was the very first
I
Will
was an
Smith
outdoor
anything.
kid.
I
Yeah,
ever
because
saw.
that was
Yeah.
a lot of people, like black people.
Help
Black
us out in
people
the
for the
chat.
longest have said
Will Smith
if
has
a
me.
black man's gonna make it in a movie, he's gonna have to dress up as a woman or act like a woman or something like that. And black people have gotten mad about that shit. So like they've all because
right.
black people hate gays.
Yeah,
or
you
at
know,
least used to.
It happened with Eddie Murphy got called out for it. Martin Lawrence got called out for it. Yeah, and it
They
was
talk about
wow.
that
Yeah,
movie.
that's
being
actually
his
kinda
first
true.
movie.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was his first like Hollywood. Anyway, the gal that he worked alongside with on that movie, who was like kind of his opposite, he fell in love with, and I think they had a child together or something like that. Anyway, it was some kind of romance. Look it up. Will Smith's like first like major love, and he just released a book or is releasing a book where he talks about this in depth. Where like he was with somebody at the time but fell in love with his co-star, and that ended up being like his first relationship, and
Yeah, I am a
made,
little,
like that of that like level, I guess.
I am a little upset with Jada just putting my man on blast every other week, bro. Like she is embarrassing.
she's
But
so
they're
their
together
whole
still, right?
relationship has very much been open like that. Like
Yeah.
the entire time. She has the Red Table Talk, which she talks about her relationship all the time too. And then Will Smith is always they have enough money where if it's not in the news, it's because they don't want it to
You
be.
could-
And if it is, it's because they want it to be kind of a thing.
You could tell it affected him though, man, because like I mean, he's got this, like you could tell he's like kind of in a comeback mode right now. I don't
Will
know.
Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so. I mean, like
I actually one of my favorite Will Smith movies is a little lesser known, 7 Pounds.
7 Pounds is a good.
That's
movie.
amazing. That was a fucking amazing movie. I love that movie.
I've not
Nah,
seen
he's
the-
he's a great
I
actor,
saw
man.
that. I remember that shit was
With the-
sad.
with the jellyfish.
I've not seen the his CTE
7 Pounds.
movie.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
so that shit was very sad. I hate jellyfish, guys. I have extreme fear of jellyfish.
Really?
actually,
Yeah.
Let's
I
talk
was-
about it. Why?
Why? I was like, we were flying to Jordan, and those were like 14-hour flights, whatever. And everyone was asleep, and I couldn't sleep. I have issues on airplanes, like my whole life.
Do you have a phobia of flying?
No, I just get like very like motion sick on airplanes. It's
Oh,
freaking
okay.
terrible.
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
totally
it's
normal.
Just, like, the
Totally
worst thing
normal.
in the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, I don't know, like 10 or something. Everybody was asleep. It was really dark. So I throw on a movie. It was Samuel L. Jackson and Sharon Stone. I don't remember the rest of the cast. It was a movie Sphere. I don't know if anybody's ever seen
Yeah,
the movie Sphere.
I have.
Bro, it terrified the
Yep.
F out of me.
I was
They're
gonna say.
underwater with all that jellyfish and everything. And I was just like by myself in the dark. I was like, what the? I have a fear of water too now, I think. I actually drowned in 7th grade.
I had
In the 7th grade at my friend's birthday party, her dad had to fucking save me. I used to wake up. I'm like, dude, I terrible water experiences. Like,
we had an experience with jellyfish at a friend's bachelor party. We were going paddle boarding, and it was like, this part of the ocean. What we didn't know is it was peak jellyfish migrating season.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
So there were literally millions of jellyfish in the water. Like it was covered. Like there wasn't an open space of water. You could see them under the surface. I mean, it was millions
I'm
of
not
jellyfish.
about that life.
And we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this. But then we were like, maybe it's not dangerous. So like,
No!
I remember asking the instructor. I was like, hey, so if we fall in the water, because like, it's paddleboarding, it's not too extreme. You shouldn't, But like we're like, hey, if we fall in the water and they sting, I was like what happens?
I would definitely fall.
Are they poisonous? Is it dangerous? Are we gonna have to pee on ourselves? She's like,
Shrug shoulders.
she goes, if you fall in the water and they come close to you, you can just touch the top part and just kind of push them away and get back on your board.
Ma'am, no.
And we were like, okay, so you didn't answer the question.
Right.
If they sting us, what happens? It's like she kind of dodged the question. So
She's like, yeah, get out there.
like, we got your money. It's not refundable. So you either do this or you don't. So we just very slowly. It was the least fun I've ever had in the water.
Just scared for your fucking life.
The jet skis was
Bro,
the least
it
fun.
was so many of them. It was so like, it was crazy.
So the movie is called 6 Degrees of Separation. I just looked it up. And the synopsis is, an affluent New York City couple finds their lives touched, intruded upon, and compelled by a mysterious young man who is never quite who he says he is.
It's right before he goes off.
Damn, that sounds fire. I can't believe I never heard of this.
1993.
Holy shit.
93, I'm telling you, man, the best time for movies, dog, the 90s. You can't find a movie better than Jurassic Park made in the 90s.
Well, you know what's
It is
crazy?
a great movie.
I watched last night for the first time Schindler's List, also Steven Spielberg. That dude dropped Schindler's List and Jurassic Park, two of the best movies ever fucking made in the same year.
Bro,
Have you watched Geniuses?
I actually
Have you
have
watched
never seen.
Geniuses?
I've never seen Schindler's List.
Me neither.
It's a long watch. It's 3 hours and 15
I was
minutes.
an outdoor kid.
Liam Neeson, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, I did definitely
It's
need to see it.
very
I
powerful.
was an outdoor kid.
The mask was the mask was the 90s, right?
Mask was the night was
Dude.
more so like mid 90s.
The mask
96,
was
maybe?
one of
Yeah,
my
close to that.
Yeah, dude.
Spawn-
honestly,
Spawn
the
came
20
out, Spawn was like
Spawn, late
96.
90s. Was it early?
Ooh, I might be wrong.
I think it was late 90s. I think it was
I
more
just
like
watched it.
really.
But that's
You-
one movie
really?
I
they
just watched
should.
it
I
again.
can't believe they haven't made another Spawn movie, bro.
Apparently,
it's in the
And
works.
Jason Leigh was on, or
John Leigh was on-
John
Michael J.
Jason
White.
Leigh was John Leigh was on.
Doing
he used to-
Papa
he used to
John's
play-
commercials.
He used to play
was
Joe. He was the
I had no
Joker.
idea until just watching
Yeah,
it.
he had
Yeah.
that. They had that fat
And
suit
he
and like makeup.
He
and like,
needs to play him again.
I was listening to his voice. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I look it up. I was like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't know any of this stuff. I'm so bad.
Who's the actor who plays Spawn? Is it Michael?
Michael J. White.
Yeah, dude, Michael Jai White, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's underrated.
He was.
Oh,
a-
yeah,
he
definitely.
plays like a good like stern.
That was
What
a-
was
he
he
could
in?
beat
That
that
was
was a-
like, you ever see Black Dynamite?
Yeah.
You should. That's awesome.
And I
Yeah.
think wouldn't that make is Spawn Marvel or is that
Spawn is its
Spawn is
own thing.
Spawn
It's,
is its own thing. right?
McFarlane.
No, I
Oh
forget
no
the
no
name.
no!
McFarlane
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Blade. Blade was really
Blade's Marvel.
the first
Marvel.
rated R Marvel movie.
Which Blade we
Yes.
should see here in the Morbius movie and maybe even a Spider-Man movie, since Spider-Man, Morbius, and Blade.
I'm
all
down to
kinda
watch.
Well, Morbius
Spawn
is confirmed
also.
too.
Yeah.
Or not Morbius. Yeah, Morbius is obviously confirmed, but Blade is confirmed.
Yeah, Blade,
Mahershala Ali.
Marcel, Yeah,
Yes, I heard.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
And
good
again,
casting.
I didn't fact check this, but I heard like
Fact checked it, man.
I heard the
Fact
way
check
Mahershala Ali got the role is he just walked into Marvel and he's like, let me play Blade. And they
For
were
the
like,
longest,
oh,
everyone
yeah,
said
bet.
he should be the new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
And they were
for
like,
that.
yeah, actually, no, for sure, yeah. Like,
Nice.
just dollar signs.
Man, maybe we'll get something like that at the Super Bowl tomorrow. Bring it back around.
Right.
Maybe get
It's
some.
Sunday,
some
man.
crazy-
Today's Friday.
God damn it!
Why
yeah,
do
I
you
know.
keep doing
It's
that?
all- I know.
The
every
weekend
day-
is all one
I-
day
I-
anyway.
Yeah, I know.
It
Yeah,
really
it's true.
is.
It really. That's
it
true.
really is.
That's true.
So
yeah.
guys, like on Instagram, I let people know that we were going live together, and I was like, "Hey, throw some questions for us if you like."
Oh, cool.
And I was like, "We can answer some just for fun."
Yeah. Right.
There's a bunch,
Ooh,
but
yes, Soldier. Sorry,
Yes, Soldier.
Image Comics.
There's a bunch. Like, what's your best vacation story, or movies you're looking forward to in 2022?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Movies
Start with those
2022.
that you're looking forward to.
I'm still looking forward to watching Spider-Man: No Way Home because I haven't seen it. So I'm gonna.
I don't understand this, bro.
Damn it! What is wrong with
So-
you,
so-
He
like-
said you can just get on.
It's not out. It's not out on home
watching
release
that.
yet.
dude?
But you should. Why didn't you go see it in IMAX?
Because I'm gonna get paid to do it right here, buddy.
That's true.
I'm gonna watch it. Mine's me
But
fresh.
man, that's gonna be a bro. There's no way you've avoided
disappointing.
spoilers all this
You're
time.
just-
I
He
have
doesn't social
actually.
media.
Honestly,
you
should just
Jeremy
watch
doesn't
it.
have the things.
Yeah, he's not social media.
I have nothing.
You
really
should
been
just
spoiled.
watch it because even when you rewatch it here, it's gonna be then we can be like more like reminiscent about it.
We'll see. I kind of want somebody to be fresh. I don't mind being fresh. I waited for Shang-Chi. I waited for Eternals.
Shout out to the.
I will like.
Dameron's
I could
taking that
watch a movie
sacrifice.
1,000 times and still pretend I haven't seen the movie. I'm not. That
Yeah.
It's
Nah, not
that
me.
hype.
No, I'm
Okay,
sure.
okay,
I'm
but
sure it
yeah,
is.
yeah, but
I know.
Get it together,
I know.
Shit, man.
Damn, Darren avoiding all the spoils.
I don't
I
know
can't
what other
believe
movies
it.
are actually coming out this year. I feel like
The Batman, I'm ready for.
The Batman.
Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson, I want to see how this
Yes.
goes.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
It's gonna be gold.
Why did they do this? Remember Ben Affleck, Batfleck?
Batfleck, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
That's
God,
okay.
that's
Robert
great.
Pattinson.
No, actually, I'm
like
looking
it.
forward
I
to
like
that.
it.
I'm looking forward to Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But Buzz Lightyear, possibly.
Yeah,
Buzz Lightyear's
Lightyear.
gonna be sick. I don't know why.
Cuz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear. I saw that.
Will people just stop casting Chris Pratt and fucking everything?
No.
Because
No, they
like,
won't.
God,
They
he's
won't.
just getting
Why
the
are you
balls
such
stuck.
haters?
Is he Mario?
He's every fucking buddy.
He's wait, Mario
He's
what?
in the Mario movie.
I can't
Dude, that-
remember.
That's what I mean, dude. He's everywhere.
Yo, whoa. You didn't see the voice of Mario?
Is
Oh,
Chris
boy.
fucking Pratt
Is it animated or is it
animated?
I gotta show you.
Wait, is he doing the accent?
That's
Or is he just like, it's me, Mario?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking
Oh
who
my
knows?
god, I
Who
gotta
knows?
show you after, bro. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
oh my god. Get ready
That's
to laugh.
hilarious.
Get
Okay,
ready to
so
laugh.
apparently James Cameron's Avatar 2
Supposed to come out.
supposed
this
to
year.
come out 2022, but
We'll
That's
hey,
see.
supposed to come out in
Ja-
2020, wasn't it?
But hey, James,
Nobody cares.
no one cares anymore.
Nobody gives a shit, dude.
That is dead meme
Nobody
as fuck.
gives a shit.
But when you did it the first time, the
It was
graphics
incredible,
were
spectacular. That was the
Yeah.
best 3D I've ever seen in theaters.
Yeah, now
Like,
unless you're busting it
that's
out with like Real Engine 5, it's not gonna.
revolutionary as fuck, but like it took so long to because like
Right.
the sequel was like it's coming out in 2 years after the first movie. Oh, 5 years after the first.
okay.
Oh, 10 years after the first movie.
We'll get to it when we get there.
You know what you care about? Uncharted.
Uncharted, yeah. I'm excited.
A lot of people are mad with the
that's,
casting.
What are we mad about the casting for? The kid loved Tom Holland loves this shit.
It should have been Nathan Fillion, but he's old now. I get it.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion would've been a good
because like the
butthead.
character is because like the character in the game is literally modeled after Nathan Fillion. So
Yeah.
like,
The-
but
yeah.
I think Tom Holland's gonna kill it because he's got the
He's
part.
a great actor.
I think he is if
and-
they're gonna do 3 movies.
And he's got the parkour skills. Like he's
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
stunt person
The
skills.
athleticism.
That's
yeah,
true.
and maybe this will be like a kind of because like Sully is also younger in the movie, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is probably like a prequel.
Probably.
Like,
Man,
maybe
it's 2 actors that I love both of them.
maybe it's
but-
like young Drake. You know,
There's
like,
actually a funny story with Tom Holland. I reposted on Normie's Instagram and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
So Mark Wahlberg gives Tom Holland a massage gun. Like, you know the one that like Pat has?
Yeah, like Therma, whatever.
Yeah. So Tom Holland doesn't know what it is, and Mark Wahlberg offers him a ride home. And the whole time in the ride, Tom Holland thinks, why is he giving me this? Why is he taking me back to the hotel? What's about to happen with Mark Wahlberg? And then, like, Mark Wahlberg's just like, hey, I'm just like talking about my family, asking him stuff and everything. And then like drops him off and says, okay, bye. And then like they're interviewing and Tom Holland admits to Mark Wahlberg, he's like, yeah, I thought this was like Hollywood and things get weird here and you were trying to get in my pants. I was like, what?
he was just contemplating like, what am I gonna do with Marky Mark?
What are we gonna do with Mark Wahlberg and this gun?
yeah.
He's like, I'm
You
like,
don't say no to Marky Mark.
Yeah, right.
I'll send you guys
He's
the
like,
video.
give me
It's so
30
funny.
give me 30 minutes and we'll go for a Wahlburger after this.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised that he didn't know what a thermogun was.
I mean, I didn't know
to
when
be
Pat
honest,
brought it.
the first time I saw one, I was like, okay.
I was like, Pat, are you okay?
Is it like legally labeled a massager? Like,
But anyway, some honorable shout outs. There's going to be Dumbledore's Secret movie coming out.
Right.
Wakanda Forever.
I'm actually super stoked for. Okay, and again, I'm gonna sound like a fuckboy here because I haven't seen the original, but
You are a
but the new Top Gun movie.
You've not
There's a
seen
new
the
Top
original
Gun
Top Gun?
movie?
Have you seen the trailer?
Well, have you-
No.
but you got to watch the original
Oh, no,
before
I-
you
yeah,
watch.
no,
You
I'm-
have
yeah,
seen
no,
the
no.
original with Tom Cruise, right?
No, I have not seen the trailer.
You got to watch the original before you see
I
this.
haven't seen it. It's probably
wrong with you?
it's probably super spectacular, but dude,
a
like
great movie.
what really convinced me to watch it is the trailer for the new one. Like the
Who's
way
in
that
it?
the way they filmed it,
Who's in
I think they're flying
Tom
real
Cruise.
jets.
Tom Cruise is in it again?
Yeah, of course.
I- dude, I-
Val Kilmer?
It's his movie.
And I think he's flying a real
Wow,
jet. I think they have a
Kilmer.
camera in a real
I'd be
jet.
surprised.
Like the shots in the it's shot for IMAX. You have to see this trailer. Like
Yeah.
they're like in the cockpit and you can see.
They're
gonna-
literally in a
It's gonna
cockpit.
be spectacular. It's gonna be
So-
spectacular.
So the way they filmed it was they took the actors and they have these jets where they had a proper pilot in front, like obviously like an Air Force pilot, and then they had the person they were filming in back in kind of like the co-pilot seat directly behind them. And they had a camera, like kind of like a dash camera, like a GoPro or whatever, in with the actor. And so and the actors have like the flight stick and everything too. So the way that it's filmed is it looks like the actors are actually flying these because these jets are actually flying.
Yeah. Like they're acting in the air. Like,
yeah,
it's
you're
all
acting with the G-force on your
exactly.
body.
It's all
Exactly.
practical,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like holy fucking shit. Like it looks incredible.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Tom Cruise, as weird as he is, I can't take away his
Oh,
talent.
no,
God,
dude.
I hate him. I love him.
Incredibly
Impossible movies are
talented.
great.
And, yeah, I mean,
Tropic
he does
Thunder.
his own
Tropic
stunts.
Thunder.
Like,
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
say what you will about the man, you can't take it. You can't take the
He
talent.
lives
away.
it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you guys watch a movie with Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, Brad Pitt, and so on?
Yeah, I was gonna see The Lost City. I
That's
saw the
The Lost
trailer
City
for
looks
it.
so good.
Yeah, I saw the trailer
What
for it. It
is
looks
that?
It's called The Lost City.
I think it's a Netflix
Like, what is it
original.
about,
I'm pretty
though?
sure.
It's a popular adventure novel that features handsome cover model named Alan.
It's gonna be a movie that's better than Uncharted and is about the same thing basically.
It's
as
kinda
Uncharted.
a
looks
chick gets kidnapped by an
It
by a
kind of looks
billionaire
like it.
to the Lost City.
It's gonna be the dark horse against Uncharted, and it'll probably
Ooh.
turn out to be better.
There's another Jordan Peele movie
So
coming
we got
out.
about 20 minutes left because unfortunately our Dameron has to get heading out soon. But I want to answer some more questions. Do you guys have a top reaction moment with us normies? Like, do you remember a moment where you're like, oh my god? 'Cause,
Lucifer, when she finally got to see the face.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
yeah.
Or when that chick got blown up by the firecracker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You guys are such freaking dudes.
But like that's the most ridiculous death in the show.
God.
That's
I
the
was
most
like,
ridiculous death in the
When
show.
dude got his face burned off.
Such freaking dudes. I was like, all right, I know I'm hanging out like the dudes of all
That was a
dudes right
comical death.
Are we talking about the one where?
now. The firework on stage.
Oh, okay, that was pretty fucking.
Yeah, like
Right
the,
in
the
the
bazooka,
beginning,
the,
like-
the,
Yes,
the
yeah.
bottle
First
rocket.
45 seconds of the show.
That's the winner.
It's
Yeah.
because,
literally
it's because
30
of how they
seconds
did the wire work. Like she just gets, she just gets carried away.
All I remember is literally all you guys like bursting into laughter. I'm like, oh, she just died.
That was
You
the
guys
funniest
were,
shit ever.
Like, especially Spidey and like
had to
he
run
was like
that one.
high pitched
Yeah.
laughs. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
I had to run that one back.
when the goddess of all creation. Oh, am I forgetting her name?
Oh, come on, what's her name? You love her.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
When Charlotte gets stabbed and they pull out the knife and it just melts that dude's
his
face. That was a pretty awesome
That
moment.
was.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
feel those were actually.
we've watched so much stuff.
Yeah, my
See,
actually.
it starts to melt together,
Yeah.
man. It
You know which
starts
one
to-
is mine, and you were there for that. It was. I don't want to spoil too much. It was in Black Sails. I was not liking Black Sails for the first like 2 seasons, and finally like in the middle of season 2.
it's bad.
It was-
no, middle of
no,
season
no,
2.
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna say
no.
who, but somebody just out of fucking just gets shot in the face. And I'm like, somebody sent us a picture of all of us like.
Oh
That'll
yeah,
wake you up.
we have a framed. It was the moment where we were like, okay,
This show's fucking
This
good.
show's fucking good.
This is good.
Like,
I'm like, I want to watch more.
Black Sails is a prequel to the book Treasure Island.
Man, Mickey, I feel like you've said Treasure Island
Cool.
like 50,000 times.
Treasure
in your
Island's a great
lifetime.
story.
And Treasure Island is a great
Classic.
book, but I'm saying like this. The season 1 is a slow burn because like there's not exposition. It's just like the story just starts, so you have no idea what the fuck is happening. But by the time the show ends, things that happened in season 1 make sense. So
How
it's like
many-
it's a full circle thing. Like, huh?
I was gonna say how many episodes. But go
Oh,
ahead.
4 seasons. I think like 10 episodes per season. Like it is
A little more, I think.
single-handedly like one of the greatest payoffs if you stick with it.
Yeah,
it is a
it's-
slow
it's-
burn, but once it gets good and how it ends, holy shit!
This is one of the shows
Everyone
that
gives me
really
that
matters.
slow burn. That like I'm trying to watch The Office,
But
and
it's-
everyone's like
it's-
season 5 gets great. I'm not
No, no,
watching
no, no, no.
4
Dude,
seasons.
The Office is good from the
for it to
beginning.
get
You
good.
freaking
No,
hater.
The Office is good from.
I
think
know
The
it.
Office
What
is
the
great.
F? Get
But-
off.
but-
5
You
episodes
two
in the
are
beginning,
no.
it was not
but,
good.
okay, so Black Sails has like good moments in season 1 sprinkled throughout, but like it is like it's such a dense story that you're just like, what's happening? Somebody can we just explain what's happening
was
and then
hard.
and then
It was
go
hard to
forward?
watch.
But then like it'll make sense, and it's one of the best shows I've ever
So
seen.
what you're saying is it was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Right.
Like,
Sounds
pause.
about right.
Hey,
what the fuck is
just,
going
just
on?
call him up on
Yeah.
the phone, like, hey man,
M. Night.
It's like,
Bro.
who,
I'm
whose
23
family
minutes
member?
into the movie. What's
what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, somebody said, what happened to Amira Rana's cat? I love that cat. She's alive.
She's around.
well.
She's
gained
here.
a little weight, unfortunately, but she's doing well. You
she a
know,
little chonker?
Douchebag.
How does she do with
the dog. She
Yeah.
just stays in her room.
That's kind
She's
of what I
not allowed
figured.
out.
That's
The dog
kind
would
of
eat
what I
her for sure. No. Somebody wants to know: do you believe in the existence of Bigfoot?
The existence of Bigfoot. That's a great question.
That is a good question.
Thank you, Randy.
I'm just gonna say yes, just to stir the pot.
I want to.
Fuck it, why not?
I
Sure.
want to because that's one. It's a guilty pleasure for me to watch shows like that. Like, have you ever seen
The Chevy Chase movie, right?
No.
what?
I'm talking about
Was
like
it a Chevy
the
Chase
Oh
movie?
no, yeah, you're talking about
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah,
Harry and the Hendersons,
I'm talking
and that
about
was
I'm talking about reality TV shows like
they're hunting 'em?
have you seen Mountain Men? You
John
know,
No.
Lithgow.
we're gonna go hunt ourselves a squatch.
It's so hard for me to watch reality TV, dude.
Those-
And it's silly because you know it's gonna amount to
Ugh,
nothing.
I don't like how that sounds.
You know? Huh?
Really on ourselves a squatch. It's like, what the
What
fuck
are
are
you
you
gonna go
talking?
Well, but
is that
you
a
know.
euphemism? Like, like what the fuck?
Is that what you say to leave your wife at home and do
Yeah, right.
gotta go
when
find
you
me
when
some
you and the
squatch.
boys get together, is that what you go hunt some
We're gonna go
squatch?
in the woods
Like-
doing
butt stuff.
Gonna go tame some strange.
What is that?
Lord. Oh no.
Oh my god.
But no, I would like to believe in the existence of Sasquatch and like things
The
like
Loch Ness Monster? Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I believe more in myths about things that are in the water as opposed to land because we pretty much mapped the land. We know very little about the ocean. We just found a coral reef that we were like, oh shit, we have another one. Like, you know, it's like
This is why
true.
the
So,
water's
like,
scary.
It is.
Well,
and, like,
exactly. So
shark
I
catching.
I believe because like the Mariana Trench is so deep, like I don't think we've gone all the way to the bottom.
I mean, dude, you can
Like-
see articles about shit like essentially washing up on sea like every month or
Yeah,
every
and
week
it's just
almost.
like,
It's like
didn't know that.
giant sea creature
Yeah.
washes up on
Well,
some shore in like the South India Ocean or
We
South
didn't know
China
that
Sea.
You know,
existed.
maybe it's good that we live in the Midwest. Maybe I need to stop complaining.
we don't get
we
shit
don't get all
washing
the
up
ocean
around
stuff,
here.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But I do think there's
very
probably some things out there that we haven't quite discovered yet. You know,
I would love to. I'd love to think that there's a Yeti. I can see there's Sasquatch and a Yeti being
Yeah.
like the same thing. I like Yetis a little bit more because they look cooler in like pop culture. You know, they look like wampas. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yetis were always like referred to in scary ways. Like it was never Sasquatch is always just like a wandering dude.
Yeah, but
Yetis are
Yetis will
always
like tuck
attacking
you
your
up.
village.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I believe in magic, honestly, and you know, energy.
I think that what everybody
So
just
does the Yeti.
I think it's a monkey. I think basically what everybody saw is they saw apes in the wild, and they were like, because I think Yetis are based in. They're obviously from the Himalayan mountains because you know all the legends and whatever. So they have monkeys there, like in abundance. You know what I mean? So it's like, and people in North America, there had to have been some apes that were native to North America back, like way back in the day, that were just kind of like hunter or grazers, basically. So somebody just probably saw like a big ass ape.
upright monkey somewhere between
Yeah,
the monkey and
he
the
was like
horse.
standing up to
'Cause,
get
dude,
some fruit, and they were like, "What the fuck
Dude,
is that?"
I went to the zoo. I went to the gorilla exhibit, and I was just in awe watching this gorilla for like 5 minutes. Like
Yeah.
he was just walking around, and then he sat down. And he was just like. Like you could tell what kind of mood he was in,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, and it was
That's a Sasquatch.
it was
Yeah.
the most human eyes, and I was just like, how can
Bro,
you?
they do sometimes.
How can you not believe in evolution? It's like it's clear that that's what we came.
There's,
from. Like,
The question has always been though, why isn't there anything in the middle? Which is why we need to.
We haven't found that
the
yet.
Sasquatch.
Well, they keep finding like partial because you know I don't know if
We just
anybody
found a
knows this.
new
Archaeologists,
vertebrae.
like
Yeah,
archaeologists keep finding pieces that they can, you know, that's somewhere in between. But the thing about archaeology, bring it back to Jurassic Park, is you don't fucking find like whole skeletons or whole, you know, formed creatures in the earth. Most of the time you find like half, and you're lucky if you get like 18% of that. So they basically have to, because you know most of it can just turn to dust by now. So
There's a chance that the T-Rex arms are not that small.
well, yeah, certainly.
I mean, we just
You know, but,
decided, and it was like, you know what? I think they had feathers. You know,
Right? Yeah. Like,
So the
You know
point
what?
is they don't have a lot to work with. They're doing their best with what they have, kind
In
of.
the trailer we just saw, one of them had feathers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
decided not to
minor
let
split,
that
but
in.
you know, but it's
They
cool.
found a new vertebrae that they're saying is like the missing link
The
between
yeah.
a human evolution.
Literal. In
Yeah,
like the-
it was like 2 days ago they figured this shit.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
all the
because-
spinal fluid and everything gets stored
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
I would.
Life is weird, man.
I should become an archaeologist.
Dude, it looks like
Hey,
so
it's
much
never too late,
fun.
dude. I believe in you.
You'll-
Honestly,
I'm
you
good-
can do
I'm-
it.
okay, I'm doing it.
The
I'm gonna go
part
with
of archaeology that they touch
get
on
into there.
briefly in Jurassic Park is you have to fund all of your own expeditions, though. So you have to get
Dude.
like grants from educational institutions.
another
So
reason
to
that
be an
movie was so fucking
archaeologist,
good.
to be an archaeologist, you have to solicit your research to usually academic institutions or private institutions to get money to pay yourself and then pay for your excavations.
And even then, like excavations, they'll be like, all right, you got 2 weeks at the site. You know, like,
Yeah,
like
and you're still limited,
You're
right?
limited
Yeah.
by time too. So like
Right.
speaking of that, I saw this amazing documentary about the pyramids, and there was this excavation team finding the site and like you know, they created tension for the documentary. They were running out of time, but finally they get into this tomb,
And they never heard from
and
him again.
it was so well preserved. There was still color on the walls. So like,
Wow.
so it was like full color hieroglyphics. It was like it looked fresh, and it was like. It was one of the most preserved samples of anything that we ever found, and it was like incredible. It was
Aliens.
so incredible.
Aliens.
And
I believe in it.
And it turned out to be like a private tomb for some rich family. Like it was crazy.
Aliens,
Yeah.
I believe it. Honestly, I you know, all this is cool and everything, fossils, dirt, but I want to go to space.
Fossils,
dirt.
Dirt, you know, I don't take me up to space, man.
Space
I'll
would
stay
be.
there.
I would love to stare into the abyss, but I feel like it would just. It would fuck me up. Like just you know like.
Get to know
Not,
somebody
and not
close to
even
Jeff
because we're
Bezos.
up high or anything, but
Right.
just looking into the abyss and just looking back that way and be like, yeah, that's it.
Like now, you don't even have to be an astronaut. You can just make enough money or know a guy, and you can go to space.
You guys wanna fund the
they're
run a
doing
fund?
those like really high
The
parabolic
space
flights,
fund?
maybe.
Right, right.
I'm down for that. I want to do the stratospheric jump they did for Red Bull. I would do
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would do
Yeah,
that.
it's basically a ladder that goes to the
You're-
stratosphere and you
you're
jump
crazy.
off of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
What was I going to say? Yeah, they
climbing
they
shit.
sent Captain Kirk to space. So help me out here. You know, William Shatner.
Yeah,
so they
William
sent. So Jeff Bezos sent William Shatner to space. The irony, of course, being that he was the captain
Star
of the
Trek.
Starship Enterprise in the
Yeah.
original Star Trek. So he did this whole show and a bunch of movies about being like a starship captain. There's real footage of him being out there and like floating around in space, just kind of having like a minor freak out.
Oh, I believe it.
And to your point, exactly what you were saying is almost verbatim what he said when he got back, which was he just stared out into space and got like really freaked out. And he basically
'cause
was like because he essentially what he had like a religious experience, but what he equated it to is he like looked out in space. This is a subjective experience, and he called it death. And he looked back at Earth and he called it life.
Yeah.
And so basically, once he was up in space, he was like, "Okay, this is cool, but I'd like to go back down now,
His
please."
brain just couldn't.
Bring me back down. Bring me back down.
Yeah.
Would you ever do the inverse and be in those like super claustrophobic submarines that go to like
No.
depths where you can't?
Fuck no.
No.
Bro, don't put me in water.
I have no claustrophobia. Like I'm not claustrophobic.
No, that's
I
not.
don't wanna be
I don't think
water.
the claustrophobia
No.
would bother me. It's just like you're thousands of feet
Right.
into the ocean where like light cannot penetrate.
That
No.
doesn't even bother me. The thing that bothers me is when you're at that depth, if it's like being in space in so much as like if
That pressure.
anything, you know, if your
Fails.
pressurized capsule is compromised,
You're done.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like just as fucked if you'd be in space, but instead of just kind of like suffocating or losing air, you basically
Yeah, you will
implode on
crush.
yourself.
But so my whole thought is like,
But it'll be
if,
quick,
if I'm in any sort of water, if I'm down 20 feet, I don't know if I can hold my breath to get to the top anyway. So if I'm
Yeah.
down there, I'm down there. Like, it's
Well,
done.
I mean, it would you would be dead.
Yeah, you do
instantly.
instant
It'd be
impact.
an instant death.
But you instead of just like being like and then like being dead or freezing or
You
like
just
losing air,
crushed.
you just literally become mush.
like, do you guys remember when they like when they did that to find the Titanic and like we saw it for the you know
Yeah.
like, it's crazy, man.
No, what the F did we see?
And so you know they
They,
can't
like they took
The
us.
bodies?
No. I mean,
Oh.
they found.
Wasn't
Dude, I remember on like the Today Show, they brought up like they found like unopened wine, but I don't think they drank them,
Oh,
but they
stuff
were
like
like
that.
unopened
Yeah,
wine
I
bottles,
would drink
unopened,
that. They do.
unopened, or I mean like
from the
cutlery and
Titanic,
shit.
you know how much that had to be worth.
They found them from like ancient crashed or sunken vessels where it's like an amphora, like a stone, like imagine like a vase, but it has like a cork in it, but the cork is also stone. So they found like amphoras of wine like
They
under
sold the
on the ocean
wines.
floor. Yeah, and they sell them typically.
Yeah.
And even though they're not good, they're probably like horribly toxic for you by now. But you know, people are still just like, I mean, it's history. It is history.
It's crazy that happened. Honestly, not that long. Like, when did they find like they did that expedition to find the Titanic? With like
It was probably around the time
in
the fucking
in
movie
the
came
90s,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Like in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, and they can never excavate it. There's a reason for it, but like the Titanic, literally with the technology we have today, and for most sunken vessels of that size, of any, you know, it doesn't matter if it's commercial or if it's military. If a vessel of that size sinks, there's virtually no way to get it back up. From
It's
the ocean
too
floor.
yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
At
just
best,
started,
they
we haven't
might.
started cutting through the Titanic and bringing up pieces by now.
I'm sure, but I'm talking about like the whole ship.
I'm sure
you know,
they-
you'd literally have to do it like a
Britney
segment
Spears
at a
did
time.
it.
It would be insanely expensive.
That,
Nobody's
that's
gonna
what I was
fuck-
gonna say. Like for museum purposes, they probably brought like certain pieces back, but
If it's a wooden ship, maybe, but like, you know, we're
Yeah.
talking about, you know, this is just, especially back in the day, that's fucking riveted steel.
there's actually a German knife company. There was a German warship, the Tirpitz.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. So I had this knife, but like they recovered metal from this warship, and this German company like forged it into knives. Like it was pretty cool. So
Scary.
Good idea.
Well, we should wrap this up soon, guys. I think this was an amazing podcast. We're going to end it with a question from Katie with each one of us real quick. I'd like us to answer. Katie wants to know, and we'll start from, pressure from Spidey. Guys, I'm
Spidey's got the pressure.
Yeah. So, if you could watch one show for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
That's tough.
That is tough. Because I'm thinking about shows that I've been watching recently, but really a show that I turn on all the time is Avatar: Legend of Korra. Just like legit, if I'm just bored or if I do a lot of day trading now, so like if I'm just charting or anything like that, I'd mess around and throw on Korra just because I never haven't enjoyed it. So
Nice.
probably that.
I love that. Man, I have like 4. It goes between like, Friends or Seinfeld or
Okay.
Charmed
I could
or
see that.
Simpsons, but I or the 70s show really. But I would probably pick maybe that 70s show.
Solid
I-
choice.
I love that. 70s
It's a cute show.
Solid choice.
It's a really cute show.
Watch it.
No black people.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that 70s show.
That's okay.
Brandon.
No,
I get that.
That's
Doesn't-
because black people were invented in the 80s.
Doesn't Hyde
Ronald
get a...
Reagan made black people.
No,
Don't you know
no,
this?
Hyde's dad is black.
Who's high?
Exactly. You need to watch the show, sir.
The dude who smokes?
Yeah.
They all smoke.
Yeah, they all do.
So the only black guy had the kid that's a pothead.
No, they all smoke. Hyde is dad, and he has a black
Racist.
sister that Michael starts dating.
All right, Denver, we got a couple minutes left.
All right. Well, I was only thinking of one, but Ronnie, you got me thinking. So I'm going to give 2 answers here. Give 2 answers. If I had to pick one show, literally just like one marquee, like, because you know how like certain shows have spinoffs, like for example, maybe we'll say like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. They place in the same universe, so you could argue, they're kind of the same show, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. If I had to just pick one solid show to watch, it would have to be The Simpsons. Just because of the consistency.
Good man right here.
I grew up watching it, and I grew up watching from literally like the first season to maybe like the just over the 10th or maybe 12th
I'm so up to
season or
date on
something.
every single episode.
That's awesome.
Yep, I love it.
So like, and because there's whatever almost 30 seasons or 31 seasons or whatever the fuck now, I would say because of longevity, that's a solid choice and the consistency.
And it stays up to theme with like what's going on with like common
Right,
things, almost
yeah.
like South Park,
So-
but like it's just consistent though.
Yeah.
So,
And the second part would be if I can pick a like kind of like an anthology, then I would pick Star Trek because Star Trek has so many shows. You could do the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager,
Nerd. sorry.
Discovery. So basically it's like. So what I'm thinking is if I had to watch one fucking thing forever, there better be a fucking lot of it. You know what I mean? So that's my thought. And
okay. So are we saying like one show over and over again, or this show will just keep going?
Enterprise.
No, this is a show that you could like. This one show
Then
you
I'm gonna have to go for the same reason. There's a lot of it South Park, just because like it's because I remember watching that in like 5th grade, and I'm 34.
I might trade in Simpsons for South Park.
I might trade in Korra for any like string of David Attenborough.
Yeah, see if you can put them all under the same
some Planet
umbrella.
Earth.
Yeah,
I can
like,
watch
I
Planet
love
Earth
it.
then
over
I
and
agree
over
with you.
again, man.
Then I pick
could
one.
watch-
So,
Yeah.
quick
Discovery
note,
Channel things.
Damn, I could
They
go off
say
on a
first
Planet
Star
Earth
Trek
tangent right now.
movie was actually a Turkish parody of a show they made or something. and
Okay,
then-
I believe
yeah.
that. There were a lot of Turkish parodies because Turkey didn't have a whole lot of copyright laws. So anyway.
Spencer's telling us to wrap it
We-
up.
Spencer said he's sick of it.
Boss man said stop it.
That's right.
Boss man. All right. Well, everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us on our
Yeah.
podcast today. It was a super blast. Next week, you'll have your original cast back. Chris, Surge, Pat, and the gang. They'll be more
Although I
healthy.
think we killed it.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
we killed it.
I'm gonna
It's
say we
not
killed
mean
it.
you're not going to see these faces again. They'll be back again, man. They held it
Hey,
here
we're
strong
around.
with us.
We go in back in that closet until they need us.
Oh, my God.
I hang out.
Enjoy your weekend. Watch the Super Bowl. Thank you for being here. And check out some reactions on the Normies channel right now. Peace.
Goodbye, guys.
Who are rating?
Bum, bum, bum,
We're Aiden.
bum,
We're gonna rate.
105. Hey, we're at
All
105.
right, now we ended with 105.
That's good.
That's good.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
That was bullshit.
Talking Normies.
Or sorry, we're trying.
No.